Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. And me saying that right for the first time in like 3 weeks. Joining me today is the cast of Season 2, Birds of the Shore. How are you all doing today?
I was doing better until Katako showed me a zoomed up squid like moments before going live. It was horrifying.
Oh no. Yes. Yes, I did hear you freak out about something related to Zoom, and it sounds disturbing. I'm so sorry. Let's try and fix that.
It was bubbly and awful.
Yeah. All right. So, last week we did we finished up our world building, and we started character creation for our Scum and Villainy characters. I had previously recorded some character creation with Andy and promptly muted myself at the beginning of that. So I have a one-sided conversation saved on my computer that Greg said I should upload and then promptly said I shouldn't because it would be boring.
I listened upload a recording of me talking to myself.
I thought about like editing it and just like finding the parts where you're talking about your character, but then I realized it was just going to be a bunch of incoherent nonsense because it was a conversation.
Okay.
But here we are, Andy. I think now we should do your character introduction. Are you ready for that?
Sure. I'll just give a quick summary. Tom, Dick, and Harry Brockunid were brothers. Their parents passed away. Their uncle gambled away all their money, and they were left on the street. Tom stealing to feed his other brothers. He gets caught every once in a while, and eventually they have no choice but to enroll in one of the Harkaway orphanages to stay off the streets and keep Tom out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
While on board, they're still, living in rough environments on these ships. Tom's still stealing food to keep his brothers alive. And his big famous score was stealing a side of bacon, a crumbly hunk of romaine, and one perfect tomato. He got caught and in a lot of trouble, but it gave the brothers a nickname on the ship: Bacon, Lettuce, and Tomato. My character, the middle brother, Dick Lettuce, eventually graduates and becomes a mechanic for an asteroid miner. His older brother joins a crime syndicate, and a crime syndicate that has a sort of positive labor message, which means that to the Harkaway people, he's committed the ultimate sin because they are fundamentalist, dogmatically against labor organization. And then the youngest brother, who really only knew life on board, that's Harry. He graduated and got a government job to keep supporting capitalist ventures. He is fully indoctrinated into the super capitalist Harkaway mode of thinking.
Wow.
And Lettuce is just a apathetic mechanic. He's worked on some asteroids, and after doing the same repair over and over again, he decided to fuck off, sort of having a quarter life crisis. And he is a solo chief mechanic, and no one really knows the business besides him. So he makes up a part that he says he absolutely has to get, and no one knows enough to call bullshit and say whether or not it's not actually a real part. So he's off on a venture around the system looking for a 23 gauge particle resonant goose array. And really on his way to sort of find a little meaning in the system and catch up with his two brothers who are off doing other things.
Excellent. Okay, so you're playing the mechanic, which means that when you work on a clock with rig or hack, or when you study a schematic, you get a bonus to the progress on the clock. And then you also chose Junkyard Hunter. When you acquire parts or equipment during downtime, you may either gain 2 assets or 1 asset at +1 quality. So, yeah, you'll be very useful on the crew, I think. You took a very diverse set of skills, it looks like. And in terms of there was one other thing we needed to do. Oh yes, your colorful friends as the mechanic.
Yeah.
We did not talk about these, but one of the, all 5 of these people here in the bottom right corner, one of them needs to be like a really close friend, like that you just know really well and can completely trust, and then one of them needs to be like an enemy or rival. And I see you've updated them to like you've added your brothers on there, who it doesn't sound like you're in close contact with.
Or should they not be in the colorful friends list?
Well, if you are like in contact with them, they can totally be here. But if like part of your like character arc is going to be like catching up with them and developing relationships, maybe just you can leave them on here, but just note that like you can't use them as a contact until you develop that relationship.
Got it. Okay. For now, I will change them to other characters, including their drunk uncle who gambled away their money and didn't take care of them after their parents died.
Nice.
Okay, that's someone he's vaguely in touch with.
Okay. All right.
Can I say drunkle as a shorthand for
drunkle? Yeah, perfect. I love it.
That's what my nephews call me.
Jesus. Okay. So, as a bit of a recap of some of the things that were going on at the end of our world building session, I just want to go over all of this, especially in case I get some of the terminology wrong. I know we spent some time coming up with words, and I just simply could not find my notes on what words we used. So here on the planet of Saber, which is this big mossy planet with a major spaceport city called Lycandrop, it is the space elevator that has been damaged. Is that what we're calling it? The space elevator?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And that leads up to
Or jetty.
Now we call it the Musk.
The Musk.
Nope. Okay, never mind. Joke's over.
Okay.
That one went over.
Boy.
Everyone said it's all good.
Now my head is just going to want to spend this entire session trying to figure out what that means. I'm going to be entirely distracted. Okay, so
Elon Musk wants to make a space elevator.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Okay, so lately on the planet of Saber, which is in the Diana and Minerva system of the shore, recently in the last week or so, the space elevator up to the orbital jetty has been damaged. And repairs are taking a really, really long time, both, in terms of the cleanup of all the debris that is, in space, as well as landing on the city. So there's a bit of a gig economy that has developed, kind of like an Uber economy, where lots and lots of people are like shuttling people to and fro to the orbital jetty and down. The Department of Space Transportation, which is notable for tracking vessels coming to and from like planets, they've been trying to keep track of all of the like shuttles going to and fro, because like there's suddenly this really wild and kind of wild environment where there's so many shuttles coming and going that there's a lot of crime happening. And the Department of Space Transportation is trying to get a lock on this, but technologically and socially, it's just impossible to expect all shuttles that are not leaving the atmosphere to file flight plans. And so they just like have no idea what's going on. And as such, there's just been lots and lots of like various types of crime, related to, coming to and fro the orbital jetty. There's lots of people like stowawaying on ships. There's lots of contraband moving to and from the planet of Saber. There has been a lot of piracy, a lot of looting, and just all kinds of stuff people want to keep hush hush. And so one other major thing that has changed on the planet, and really in the sector, is the Orion Space Force has one of our factions is Space Force, and they are a bit of a fleet of military ships ranging from a destroyer, the what do I have here? I'm sorry, a battleship, the OSF Fianchetto. And then, so Fianchetto and most of the ship are hanging out in the Neota system. And in general, they are here under the pretense of like cracking down on crime and piracy, which are pretty rampant here, like in the rim of human space, of the Orion Arm. But they really haven't been helping out all that much. But because the government, the local government of Saber, have kind of declared a state of emergency with the orbital jetty kind of difficult to get to and from, and with all of this crime happening, the Orion Space Force has sent a destroyer, the OSF Sorte, and they have a couple patrol boats or patrol ships supporting local law enforcement around the spaceport, both within the atmosphere and down in the city, to address security. So all of this to say there is a high amount of security in the area right now, particularly around Like and Drop, which has made it really, really difficult for you all as an organization. Well, actually, let's stop there. I want to ask you all: are you all a crew yet, or do I need to kind of like mash you all together as into a situation where you all become friends?
The idea that we are already a crew, like maybe our first few missions were like stealing the ships, or not the ships, the motorbikes from the security agency and loading up our shuttle. Maybe we like ran some cool space races with the Dom Toretto organization, right? And like we've gotten like the very basics out of the way, and for whatever reason we've found our way on Saber and are maybe now stuck here or something, right? I think we're like a new crew, but we know each other and are already a group, a unit.
Cool. How does that sit with everyone else?
That sits great with me.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So you all arrived on Saber probably before the space elevator went down. And so getting here was really easy, but now there's all this kind of like heat, not towards you all, but in the general area. But you all came here with a job in mind and your target is Mianbao Midworld Corporation, which is sort of the breadbasket corporation, especially here on Saber, where they can just farm a shitload of moss that continually and perpetually like regrows itself because of the just the way that works. Watch the world building episode. And they also have these huge towers, like farm buildings, they build farms up vertically that just grow lots and lots of other stuff. So it's, obviously not just moss that they grow. Side note, earlier this week, I definitely thought of a moment that we'll have in the future where you're having coffee with someone and they just ask, like, do you want some moss milk with that? We definitely need to fit that in. Okay. Anyway, so you all came to hit up Mianbao Midworld. I need to know what exactly you all were attempting to do to Mianbao. Like, what was the job? And it can range from we came to steal their bikes to some sort of like
we need more bikes. Our bike addiction is fierce. Do you guys have any thoughts on this, or I could try to like wing something together, but I feel like I have a lot of ideas in the fiction, and I'd love to hear somebody else if you got a thought.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No, you go.
The hell is a Mianbao? Is this a faction?
Yes,
It's
Mianbao
Yes.
Midworld.
So
Where are they?
They should be on the if you go to the faction sheet, they're a tier 3 faction, I believe, on the
seven down on the left.
this one.
Oh,
Let me read
okay.
that for you and the viewers. The breadbasket of the sector, farming and processing the nutritious moss on Saber. On many planets, they have massive, tall structures with inside farming, processing, and shipping all in one place. Ships the size and layout of small grocery stores are loaded up and show up every day across the sector like massive food truck stores. These ships are often the target of a lot of piracy, either to feed their people or to sell the food and ship parts.
Okay.
So yeah, they're kind of headquartered on Saber since it's like an agricultural Eden, so to speak.
And we are here to harm them or help them?
Well, you all told me that the type of crew you wanted to play was one that resisted corporations. So I'm curious, like, what's an example of what that looks like besides stealing bikes?
I have a thought. My thought is that we might target one of these grocery ships, not only to maybe steal some food, but to steal some ship parts and maybe some ship supplies, because a lot of supplies and things are going to fix this space elevator. There's going to be a lot of lucrative money to be made in black market parts that are going to be needed for that. Maybe we hit one of these ships and try to like salvage it or strip it for parts and then sell them to people who are trying to fix this elevator. Other thoughts?
Andy, you're muted.
And we're not going to cause them by cutting off a food.
Robot Andy, can please say that one more time for us?
All right. If we hit their commercial ships, aren't we going to cut off food supply to other planets and cause a famine?
Is that our problem?
I guess
I
not.
do.
So we could be stripping ships for parts. That would, in the fiction, place us after the elevator broke down. So we would be essentially like opportunists, right? We're like, aha, we hear there's a disaster. Let's go get some parts, baby. We'll be rich. Which sounds like something that maybe the Fire Drake isn't all that interested in doing. I suggest that perhaps we have been contacted by somebody else and we are employed to do a job here. So we could come here before or after the ship broke down. There is a entity that is fighting against a corporation. Mindbow has an enemy, and that enemy has contacted us to hit one of their ships and get something valuable from it. And maybe, Brian, that's a ship part, like you said, but maybe it's a special one. They have a special tank to keep the moss product growing in space or something, and a different organization wants that, and so we're here to get it.
I kind of like that.
Alternatively, just like in the real life, a lot of agricultural or food ships double up by, smuggling all sorts of random stuff beneath their one layer of bananas or oranges. And then it's just a fake hollow box. Maybe we're after like a single thing that isn't supposed to be here, but is disguised as moss.
I'm with you on that a little more than the trade secrets route, because if we're against corporations, like, I don't know if we're going to be helping a different one. Unless we're getting that trade secret tank thing and then making it like open source. Like anybody can transport this.
I have an idea. So there is another faction that is like a floating flotilla that just wants to like make their own society. And they are called
Odd.
The Pod. Yes, thank you. The Shore Free Citizens Flotilla, a fleet commune of self-declared free citizens, many former Harkaway kids who have worked for a few years to create their own sustainable living environment and have conducting their own operations to gather resources. Supposedly founded and led by Magno Glorio, a former corporate executive who got sick of corporate control over people, who used his wealth to invest in a fleet that offers home to those who wish to be free but work together. The pod, as the media calls it, wants sovereignty for itself and its own nation. They welcome those willing to trade and work. So they would love to have a way to create like reproducing food in space.
Hell yeah.
So
Let's steal some components for them.
Let's do it.
okay. Great. That's a fun little thing. I'm gonna increase your status with them because you're taking a job with them. And I'll put jobs 1 there. Okay, so with all the extra security, you all head to this R&D facility to kind of like learn more about how they plan on growing the moss off of Saber, which I'll say is any attempts to grow the moss or take it off the planet, any living samples just die. It is only like processed moss that doesn't like degrade quickly. So, you know, by turning it into various food products or anything else that they use the moss for. But trying to grow this stuff on another planet, it just doesn't work. But they, you know, you're going to investigate if they have a way of doing that. Maybe it's with a tank, maybe it's with some sort of genetic manipulation. You're not really sure, but you get some tips. And with all the extra law enforcement, things don't go well. And on the job, you and your crew are framed. And with all the law enforcement around, you are easily caught for a crime that, for once, you have not committed. And that crime is murder. The local law enforcement has sent you all to the nastiest prison on the planet, a facility run by Penitence Civic Services. In the scant few days that you all have been here, you know, you all have found each other in the prison, discovered that you all are being framed, and worked together to make a plan to escape. Your ship, the Fire Drake, and I see there's lots of suggestions for what the ship could be called, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Your ship's impounded. The Penitence Civic Services techs have secured it, but you have security override codes and ignition codes. If only you can get on board, you'll be able to escape. But clearly whoever is framing you is a pro, and it's not looking good. You just need the chance to get out before you are formally charged. They have investigators combing, you know, over the crime scene, which was just 1 floor away from where you all were conducting your corporate espionage. Just, you know, 1 floor above you, a murder took place, and cops descended upon you and arrested you quite quickly. Okay, but you all have been here for a few days now, and tonight is the night that you spring your plan into action. It's simple. Get free, get your stuff, get the ship, get out of Dodge. Mayhem, profit, and rebellion are optional. So I want to our opening scene to be each of you sitting separately in various interrogation rooms. And you all are going to be interrogated by the same officer. And it's one of those scenes where everyone is being interrogated and the camera has it like simultaneously, but obviously it's not happening, you know, it's happening at different times. But you all are sitting in this cold concrete interrogation room, you know, with the one-way mirror. There's like the cameras in various corners with little red lights on, and a microphone sitting in front of you on the table. And there is a CRT TV sitting on a little tiny stand off to the side that gets turned on, and you see a video. Hello. I'm Stacy Weathers, Ace reporter, coming to you with breaking developments on the murder of Linus Ashford, chief scientist of VI developments for Mianbao Midworld Corporation. Suffering asphyxiation and multiple contusions and lacerations, Dr. Ashford was found by a fellow employee of Mianbao at an R&D facility on Saber. Local authorities have reported an arrest and have made and can offer no other comment at this time. Meanwhile, last week, notorious information broker and hacktivist Voryx released a manifesto alleging a conspiracy of corporate executives throughout the sector that Voryx calls the Cabal, with a capital K. Voryx provides no identities or proof of their claim, but raves of the way the government, economy, and technology are manipulated to control the masses, all done through the use of highly advanced and highly illegal AI. Last week, I spoke with Dr. Wendell Speaks, Professor Australius of Cyber Intelligence at the Kalud Academy on Shemaya, who had this to say on the matter. Voryx is trying to stir dissent and chaos into our beloved shore. Throughout history and dating back all the way to the Genesis technology from Earth, humanity has made incredible VI, but nothing capable of what Voryx details in his manifesto. Regardless, AI are illegal. Corporations know it, and the costs that come with being fined for possessing AI, it's not worth it to corporations. And corps across the Orion Arm can achieve all that they need to get a competitive edge with just VI. And even so, if such a powerful AI existed, as Voryx would suggest, we would know it. Moments ago, Mian Bao Midworld put out a statement confirming the death of their chief scientist and offering condolences to the Ashford family. In Linus Ashford's memory, their next dietary VI will be called the Villainy. Ashford, single, leaves behind a child who Mian Bao says will be fostered and likely adopted by an executive. And the TV gets clicked off by the officer. And he doesn't click it off. He starts flipping through various channels. And as he does, he says, "It's not looking good for you. It's been a couple days. The evidence is mounting against you. Mian Bao is looking good, and well, the murder. You're gonna have to pay for this. Once we get our case mounted against you, it's all over." And he starts flipping through channels, and for each of you, he lands on a different channel. For Sunny, he lands on a solar surfing competition between various athletes sponsored by various corporations. For Norm, he lands on a Robot Wars, like Robot Fight Fest. For Dax, it is IRL shows with corporate spokespeople, celebrities. You know, it's just celebrities that live their life, and that's people tune into that. It's like
reality TV.
Yeah, it's just reality TV. And then for
it's not like the Truman Show. Where
yes, it's basically the Truman Show, but they know what's going on. And then
so reality TV.
Yeah. And then for Dick, the TV just gets left on with basically all these corporate spokespeople, but on a bachelor reality TV dating show. And the beautiful thing about this show is instead of corporate spokespeople like talking about themselves and the other great spokespeople that work for their corporation and how awesome they are and shitting on other corporate spokespeople, this is a bachelor show with people from all different corporations who are trying to date and find the perfect partner from another corporation, and it's called Love Rebranded. Anyway, these shows are gently playing in the background as this officer says, well, this is what they've been saying about you all over the last few days. As a reminder, you have right to legal representation. If you do not have representation, automatic magistrate services will be assigned to you unless you waive your rights. So, what? You haven't had a lawyer thus far. What'll it be? Just, I have a couple more questions for you before we get started.
What are your questions, man? Oh,
very well.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere, my friend.
The headaches are coming, man. You don't want to be around when the headaches are coming.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So,
I have a question. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
So this guy is playing the same recording for all of us separately of the same TV show.
Yes, he plays Stacey Weathers, Ace Reporter's little bit. about this crime, this murder that happened of a Mianbao VI scientist.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
This isn't live TV.
No,
He
no.
switches it to live TV.
Well, yeah. Well, he then does switch it to live TV, and there's various things on it. The different times he's interrogating you all.
I like it. You know what? He's got his own interrogation style.
Yeah,
and you have to respect
it's very
it.
bizarre. He seems very apathetic. It's right up your alley, Dick. I'm sorry, Lettuce. I need to change your name here.
I'll respond to either.
He definitely doesn't doesn't have your aliases in front of him, so he's just gonna refer to you as your given names.
That's fine. I do like the idea of the stream showing not Andy Dick. But
All right.
that's okay.
Okay, let's go over this one more time. If you didn't kill the scientist, explain to me, what the heck were you doing at Mianbao's R&D facility? And how come blank was recovered at the scene of the crime? And at this point, I need each of you to tell me something that was stolen from you on this job and planted in the crime scene.
And you know what it is? I need those pills, man. I'm telling you. Oh, when the headaches come, you're not gonna like it.
All right, Dax. Okay, what were you doing there, and how come your pills were recovered at the scene of the crime?
I don't know, man. I woke up in here and I didn't have them, man. It's not good, man.
Okay, it doesn't look good. I mean, your pills are literally they've got photos, and he clicks a different button on the TV, and it suddenly becomes very high def, and it's
Dax,
a photo.
is Dax restrained?
You've probably got some they are. I'm imagining like a fiber, like a type of cotton or some other fiber, handcuffs.
That's it. Okay, so when that gets flicked on, he's showing the image of him. Dax just gets up and goes to lick the screen. He's ah.
Okay, all right, enough of this guy. And he hits a button, and he's like, I need a med tech, please. This guy's going nuts. And then we cut to him asking the same question of you, Sonny. All right, so what were you doing at Mianbao? And where is your item, or why was your item discovered at the scene of the crime? And tell me what your item is.
That jacket, I'm sorry, I lost that in a card game last week. I have no idea why that's there, but it's not mine, man.
Okay, sure.
Dude, me and Bao, I was in the bathroom. You know, sometimes you gotta go when you gotta go, and I had to go, so I was in there.
This is a secure corporate facility. You are not an employee. You did not have I'm not buying it, Sonny.
Dude, no, I was talking to this nice lady, and she was pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. And she decided she was gonna let me in, and I promised to take her out for drinks later. And one thing might lead to another. I don't know. I really had to go, but she was pretty cute.
Literally,
the real question is, why are we watching this surfing competition? We should turn it to some true crime. The real question is, why are you not looking for that guy who's in the corporation who's adopting that daughter? Because that's the one who obviously killed the person. He's the one who has something to gain. You started investigating him? Hello? Yes? No? Maybe?
Sonny, are you doing your sly smile? I love this.
I'm just trying to talk him in a circle here.
Yes. He just his head is spinning. He's like, you're giving the worst response of all four of you. And then we'll cut to Norm's response.
We all see Norm in full clown makeup with big, bright afro that's rainbow colored, and he's creating a balloon giraffe for the detective right now. He continues to just make stuff.
Where did you... How did you get that balloon? This is this is days.
That's what everybody wants to know.
You all have been here for days. That's fantastic.
You'll never find them all. I don't care if I'm butt naked.
All right, I need to log. We need to do another search of this Norm guy. Over. And
send me to the medical bay. They can't figure out what's wrong with me.
Oh God. Oh dear. And Dick, your response to what were you doing there, and what item was confiscated at the crime scene of yours? You're muted again.
So sorry.
You're
Can you
good.
hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Lettuce would be totally looking over this guy's shoulder, asking him like, "Who installed your lighting in here? They did a terrible job. You see this thing? It's about to fall out."
Okay. I need you to focus up. Okay. All right. Now,
Focus on what? The dating show you were watching?
all right. And this is where
I told you it wasn't me. Those glasses were mine. I lost them. I don't know how they got there. They don't record things for everybody. They're just for me.
Okay. All right. Look, let's just get to the important bit. And this is addressed at all four of you. Where is Mian Bao's VI chip that was stolen by you all? Was there a fifth member of the crew? Someone else? And just as a reminder, look, Mian Bao and the district attorney are offering to cut this is the best deal I've ever seen in my 15 years of working on the force. They are offering to pay you and drop all crimes. Pay you, not only like let you get off scot-free, but like pay you to give up. Where is the VI chip? Who has it? Explain it to me. Come on.
And if you just give me those pills, I can tell you, man. I need them. I need them real bad.
Listen, tell me where the VI chip is, and I'll get you as many fucking pills as you want.
My brain doesn't work. I need them. I need them before my brain goes haywire, man. It's dangerous, man. You ever heard of a goat? They don't exist anymore. Because of my brain.
No, but you're a woat, the worst of all time. Get him out of here.
No! Turn that thing back on. I saw the pills. Yeah.
Sonny, come on, man. Quit talking me in circles. Where's the VI chip?
VI chip? Seriously, you guys have searched this all like, what, 8 times since we've been here?
Norm, we've searched 16.
That's interesting. But we didn't go anywhere near that. I was just in the bathroom.
All right, I'm done with him.
Where was this VI chip taken anyways?
You tell me?
Well, I don't know. That's the whole point. You're accusing me of something that what? They're stealing a chip from what? A lab? Wasn't in a lab.
You all were in the R&D facility. The lab was on the... Okay.
What floor? Which floor was it on?
You all were found on floor 11, and it was on floor 12.
Okay, what else is on floor 12?
Oh my god. I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm asking the questions here.
Okay, you did not find this VI chip on us, you said, right?
Yes. I'm asking
Then
you where it
you
is.
didn't steal it. You're accusing us of stealing something, and you have no evidence. You have no chip.
And yet, your jacket was found next to the body of Linus Ashford, Sonny.
Just my jacket?
And your friends' stuff, too. We've got glasses, we've got pills, we've got a balloon animal.
Wait. So you're saying that not only were the 4 of us dumb enough to go into an area where there was commit a murder, get caught, but we all right next to the body drop something from all of that belonged to all of us? We'd have to be the dumbest fucking murderers ever.
That's right, Sonny. That's right. And we cut to Norm. Where's the VI chip, Norm? I'll tell you.
What are you gonna offer me? I'll tell you where it is.
I'll let you make me balloon animals for the rest of my goddamn life.
That's not good enough.
What's good enough, Norm?
I stare at him for a very long time, Nick. I want to remember this guy's entire face. Do I do it?
Sure.
I need paint.
Are you... You need paint?
Yes.
All right.
I need paint.
Okay.
Get me paint and I'll tell you where it is.
Norm, you know arts and crafts are on Wednesdays. Is it? It's Monday. You've got 2 days. Okay, fine. Get this guy some paint. I need paint. Over. Yes, paint.
We do a quick
7 colors. All 7 colors. Bring them all.
Norm, what is your favorite tool?
My favorite tool?
Your like most. What is your pocket knife of clown skills? Like, what is the thing that you are best with?
Oh man, clowns are good at one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And although, having a singular prop like a clown nose or a clown horn is great and all, it's all about misdirection. So when they're looking at you, you're doing something else behind the scenes. It's like a magician.
What is your favorite tool of misdirection? If you had to use an item to misdirect somebody, what would it be?
A handgun, probably.
A handgun. I don't think
Yes.
I can pull a handgun out of my ass.
Well, neither can I. But
All right.
John, I was half expecting you to find the chip behind this guy's ear, just true like party magician style.
I'm going to assume we've been framed though, so we don't actually have it.
You get the sense you're being framed by an expert.
By an expert.
Yeah, like
someone we
like
would know.
the stuff they're showing you photos of at this crime scene is stuff that you brought with you on this job, that you had with you in the building, and then were lifted off of each of you somehow.
Okay.
Okay.
What did we take off lettuce?
My glasses.
Lettuce lost his recording glasses.
Yeah. They found apparently a full inflated balloon animal by this guy's corpse.
Well, you didn't give you forgot to tell me one, or I forgot to ask you, so I just invented it.
That's your murder calling card. You leave a balloon animal on the corpse,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
To finish out my comedy scene, I literally just want paint so that I can change my face paint to be that guy's face. And I want to... There we go.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be awful and horrible and whatnot, but I want to look at him and say, you're under arrest. You committed this crime, and you know where the VI chip is.
I should just put a straitjacket on you right now. Good God. Quit wasting my time, Norm. All right. You're going back to your cell.
Take me away, boys.
And then we cut to Dick.
Before we cut to Dick,
Yes.
I think we're gonna have like one of those Ocean 11 zooms, right? Where like Dick's like in the corner and he comes up and then kind of like fades a little bit, and then it like has that like slide cut of me getting dragged out, like I need the pills. And I find in the possession of this this person who's this interrogator a loaded squirt gun, and I knock into him right during this, and I plant the squirt gun on like a light socket or a light fixture that has caught Andy's eye, or that has caught Lettuce's eye. This thing that has been bothering him.
So Dick, your eye catches this squirt gun while this guard, who seems just incredibly distracted by this like corporate bachelor, love rebranded show. He like just keeps eyeing it and reading the subtitles while he's asking you these questions. He's like, yeah. The Mian Bao, they have a deal for you. If you tell me where the VI chip is, you're gonna get 40 cred. You get to retire on that, man. That's disgusting money. That's champagne problems for the rest of your life money. Like, just tell me where the VI chip is. I'm sure, one of your buddies is going to give it up. And this only goes to the first person who gives it up. So what's it going to be, Dick?
I'll make better use of the money. And I sort of gabble and I kick the plug out of his TV. And say, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so clumsy. Let me help you fix it. I'm gonna fix this light too. Sorry, this has been bugging me." And while he's focused on getting the TV fixed, I'm gonna pocket the squirt gun and grab the like outer frame from the light fixture, pull it down, and just show him how poorly installed it is. Look at this bullshit.
All right.
You work for a highly thought of corporation, right?
Yeah.
This isn't some prison. This is a nice private prison, right? You make the big guard money, right? And they make you work in these conditions? This is awful. Why are you out here offering money to me? You should be taking the deal. How do we know you didn't steal the chip, huh?
Oh my god. You know, Dick, I like you, and you had me going there for a minute, and then you accused me of stealing the chip. Okay, look, I'm just gonna put a note on your file here. Put you like you'd be good in maintenance. It's one of the better paying jobs. You know, 2 cents an hour versus 1. 100% increased wages. But you gotta just lighten up, man. Okay, if you're really not gonna give it up, I guess it's back to the cell for you. All right.
Whatever.
Okay, so you all are returned to your respective cells, and then later that evening, you're in the mess, eating food, stretching your legs, getting into fights with the while the guards watch, if you are inclined. But you know that this evening is the evening, and any minute now, the alarms are gonna go off. But for the moment, you get to enjoy this meal and reconnect with your crew members. You're eating sloppy, mossy porridge for dinner. What do you all discuss at the dining table?
Nick, what's
Did
our...
any of you find my glasses, man? I need my glasses. My eyes have too much power in them, man. I can't be going this long. Just eyes free balling out here.
Hold on, Dax, I got you. I reach over and I take the spoon off of both Lettuce and Norm's plate, and I move them off, and I just hold them out like this and be like, put these over your eyes.
Good. Yeah.
Better?
Better.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You are protected now. All right, so I've come up with a plan, gang.
All right.
I'm going to acutely poison myself, or pretend to. And then I'm going to knock out the doctor. Then I'm going to paint my paint over his face. And we're going to do a switcheroo.
How are you gonna poison yourself? Are you gonna vomit scarves?
Bro, do you know how much rubber and plastic is in my body right now? Like a mule, brother.
Whoa. You could just try eating whatever's in this bowl. I bet it's pretty poisonous. It smells
It's
that way.
disgusting.
I can't see anything through these spoons, man, but like, it smells bad.
Yeah. That's because the spoons still had the slop on them. And now they're in your eyes.
Whoa.
Can you even see right now, even if you drop the spoons?
Can't risk it, man. Can't risk it.
Don't
You ever
understand
had
that.
goats? Of course you haven't. They're gone now.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Sonny and Lettuce, my captains. What is your play?
Go ahead, Lettuce.
I mean, if we've got a man on the outside and paint himself up like the doctor, I think you need to come and administer some healthcare for all of us. Get us into the
Sure.
infirmary. We'll all escape from there.
Let's all develop acute poisoning, right? Well,
Okay, if I did,
Max.
sorry if I didn't make this clear. You are expecting a plan to trigger any moment. Like everything is set in motion. I got you.
wait, what?
Oh, someone else is freeing us from this?
Someone
We're
else
not-
is helping you. You have had a contact here. I'll just
All right, then I have to go to the bathroom and quickly switch out my uniform for the medic's one.
Okay, fantastic. Let's how did you acquire a medic's garb?
Well, you just told me someone's helping us, right? So I assume they planted it
Okay.
for
yes.
this escape.
Yeah. There is one of your friends is actually here. You discovered in the prison with you, and this is I don't remember whose friend this is, but Rin, a smuggler. So they like all of your stuff has been taken and confiscated, but Rin has been able to get you a few small things. So for the rest of this job, everyone can have 2 items that has been either smuggled in or acquired by some other means. I just need to know how. So this is less than a light load for this particular job. Okay. And the way this system works, normally you all would select a load at the start of a mission. I'm just telling you your load is 2 because you're in prison and your shit's been taken. But you don't have to declare what those items are until like the moment you use them, and then you check them off. So, and you are limited to how many boxes you can check. So you can check up to 2 boxes this mission. Or once you all like, if on the way out you all acquire your stuff, which is part of the plan, you will then have access to that stuff. Okay. So, with my GM powers, I can set off this alarm anytime I want. Is there anything else you all want to discuss? Or any scenes you want to have? With a guard, with someone in here? Anything like that?
I got them to spit on some information. Apparently there's the eye chip or whatever was stolen. Did they offer you guys the reward to turn it into?
Yeah. But you all remember not to talk to cops. That was like training 101 when we joined this rebel group.
Yeah.
Don't talk to cops.
I didn't answer a single question. I made him answer a couple, though. Tried to get him to spell what was on the floor. Apparently, I don't know. Didn't give up much. Pissed him off, though.
The lights flicker. The plan's gonna happen any moment.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Get into position, boys.
Okay.
What's going on? I still can't.
The plan. It's the plan. Hold on. I'll lead you. I'll lead you towards the door. Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Take my hand.
I got you.
And suddenly, there is a blare of alarms, followed by silence. Darkness falls as the power cuts out, and it will be a few minutes, before anything but emergency lights turn on. In the commotion, a few cell doors spring open. Your gear is in a safe, past a grate and down the hall. The guards are confused, trying to find their way without the lights. The drones that back them up are the real problem here. How do you get past the drones and deal with the door leading to all of your stuff? And I will start some action music here in a second.
All right.
That's
So
perfect,
I'm being led along by my arm, and the blaring alarms like clear the fog in my head for a moment. And as the alarms go, I put down the spoons and I see these drones. They're like blocking our path, right? They're just like in the way.
Yes.
I happen to have the fine martial art style of destroying drones. We were taught as super soldiers to break drones and like leave them disabled with our mind fists. And so I take a deep breath, summon the powers of my like mental training into the edge of my hands, and I just rush into these drones on a crazy sprint, and I just like flying clothesline the drones, like trying to take them out.
Okay. So I am going to start a clock.
Absolutely.
I forgot to add the clock icons to this game, so I'm just gonna draw a clock here.
Excellent.
Okay, so I'm going to draw. The way this works is when I present you all obstacles, I get to set how many ticks of a clock it's gonna take to overcome that obstacle. And you all get to decide exactly how you want to overcome the obstacle. I don't get to say that. So this six-step clock is going to represent drones. Okay. Excuse me. So the guards fumbling around in the darkness. The three of you, Sunny, Dick, and Norm, trying to get adjusted. But we're a little prepared for this. But Dax was ready because he has been subjecting himself to darkness much longer than the rest of you, and his eyes are ready for this.
Baby.
He has night vision going on right now.
I am a highly trained super soldier, guys. Okay.
I love this, and it's great. Okay, so when you declare an action, you get to choose what action skill you want to use to do this between the 12 listed here: Doctor, Hack, Rig, Study, Helm, Scramble, Scrap, Skull.
I'm using my martial arts style of drone disruption.
Perfect.
As this is scrapping, if anything is. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you described clotheslining a drone, so that's definitely, it sounds like a scrap. Now, normally I don't get to tell you like what action rating to use. I'll definitely suggest ones. But my job as GM is once you all determine what action you want to use, I get to set the fictional positioning and the fictional effect of this dice roll. And I can tell you what that is, and then you can go, ooh, maybe that's not the action rating I want to use, maybe something else. So with a scrap, that is just going to be a risky standard roll. This is a little dangerous. You're going toe to toe against these drones. And, you know, I guess you're trained in this. You've articulated.
I'm not only trained in this, I'm unstoppable. When I push myself, I perform feats that are superhuman. And I can engage these gangs, this gang of drones on equal footing.
Right. Okay. Yes. So I think if anyone else were attempting this, it would be a limited effect because they're made of metal, and clotheslining them. I mean, well, how tough are they? They're probably not like
How many drones are there, Nick?
It's a 6-step clock, so there's got to be quite a few just for drones, if that's the only thing on that clock.
I think so we're in the mess hall, so there's probably like 6 or 8 drones, just kind of hovering around. Yeah. So
I would like to. Is there any way I can assist in this
let's
endeavor?
get to that. So
Okay.
So let's start with Dax here. So you are doing a scrap roll, and you are using your unstoppable skill. Or ability. So in order to use that ability, it says you can push yourself. So you take 2 stress when you push yourself.
Yep.
All right. So this allows you to fight with a small gang on equal footing. So give me a scrap. And when you click that, it's going to prompt you for the fictional positioning.
Yeah, we're in a risky and controlled, right?
Risky standard.
Standard.
But when you roll, you have a couple things you can do to give yourself bonus dice. One of them is you can push yourself and take 2 stress to give yourself a die. Unfortunately, you're already pushing yourself to use this ability. You can use a gambit, which your crew has gambits. That it's just a pool of extra dice that you can apply to any roll, and that's tracked on the crew sheet. Below weapons and above hull. You all start with 3 gambits because you have a scoundrel on your crew, which normally you have 2, but you all have an awesome scoundrel. So you can always just use a gambit. You can receive help from a teammate. Teammates, you can spend.
It sounds like Sunny D wants to help, so let's listen to what he's saying.
So Sunny, you can take 1 stress to help.
I would love to help. So as I'm leading Dax over, as the lights are going out, one arm, of course, is hooked around his arm, leading him in the arc. And the other arm, we've got a bunch of bowls of that moss. Because as soon as the lights go out, these drones, of course, they have to see. And I see these little red lights go on as they start looking around. And I'm literally going to find 2 drones and come around the corner, just splatter moss right over the top of those little eyes and blind them.
Nice. Very nice.
I like it.
Okay, take 1 stress then, Sunny. And Dax, you get plus 1d for the help. And you can also, like I said, spend a gambit.
I don't want to take a devil's bargain, but I will take one of those gambits.
Okay.
I think our gambit in this situation is the old spoon eye trick. Our crew was preparing me for the darkness, and so the extra dice comes in just the superior night vision granted by the old spoon eyes.
Fantastic.
I don't have the crew sheet open, so if somebody would mark a gambit off of our crew resource pool, and I'll make this roll.
Okay.
I
So Greg mentioned Devil's
lost
Bargains. It's another way you can get an extra die, and I basically just offer you something in exchange for a die.
That is
Okay.
a 5.
Okay, so in this system, you roll as many dice as you have in your pool, and then we use the highest result. So on a risky 5, you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. Because you succeeded on a risky, we will mark off 2 segments of this pie. Or I'm sorry, with standard effect, you cleared 2 ticks of this clock. Sunny is just like blinding 2 of the drones while you're clotheslining a couple others, just like totally disabling them, like taking out their like hover rudders and engines and all that. But Dax, you get caught. One of them fires off its main weapon, which is not designed to harm in the traditional sense, but it basically fires like a sort of bolo, again, of like a material, a fiber that wraps around you and kind of forms a straitjacket. So you are going to take the level 2 harm, bound.
Okay, except that I am Battleborn, and I expend my special armor to reduce that harm to a level 1 harm.
Okay, great. So you manage to like kind of duck out of the way, and this just like wraps itself around your hand, like one of your hands. And now you just have this huge kind of like soft cottony material wrapped around your arm. So that arm is not going to be good for clotheslining anymore, and you won't be able to do anything dexterous. Okay, so now that you have a level 1 harm, any action that you take moving forward has a reduced effect.
When the arm's in play.
No, in general.
When the harm is in play, that's generally
Is-
okay. Sure. In overall, sounds good. That's how we'll play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I have never actually played with conditional harm effects.
It's all good.
yeah.
No. We'll play it your way. I need to not backseat DM.
No, you're
We
good.
get to the safe. There we find our shit.
No, you all are still in the mess dealing with these drones.
Oh,
Clock isn't through yet.
So Dick and Norm, what are you doing?
Dick starts in the chaos, climbing up to one of these columns to an upper level, and starts to take advantage of the poor craftsmanship and construct a Ewok style pendulum that will fall down, swing down, and knock over a bunch of drones.
You're making a pendulum out of like a light fixture?
Yeah, out of some like random wires and wall components that are in this poorly designed
I love it.
slapshod prison.
Okay. That to me sounds like a rig roll, but again, this is, you get to tell me what you're using. But since you're kind of like manipulating.
Yes, I agree. I'm rigging a trap up here.
Rig together mechanical solutions, disable, modify, repair, or create mechanisms, disable a trap, pick a lock, or crack a safe, rig explosives. Okay.
Where are you getting the like definitions of all of the moves?
Yeah, so I have a like a reference sheet. I linked you all one in our resources channel.
Got it.
Yeah, it's the My Player cheat sheet, which should have lots and lots of stuff in there. Like a 2
player sheet.
What's that?
Are Do I Nick's player cheat sheet, or is there?
Yes, Nick's
Oh.
player cheat sheet, exactly.
Just want to make sure.
And I've like, I took a number of cheat sheets that I have found and like customized this and crammed it all together.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Yes, this is a rig.
yeah. Okay, give me a risky standard.
Risky.
Is anyone helping Lettuce? Do you want to push yourself or use a gambit? I can also offer you a devil's bargain.
No. I think I'll just go for it.
Okay.
Standard, no bonus dice. I do have a tinker ability when I work on a clock with a rig or hack.
Perfect.
Fill +1 segment.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a 4. So similarly, you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. So,
Bring it.
because this was a standard effect, you get to fill 2 pie slices. But then because of your ability, you get 1 extra segment of a clock. So you are working on, this pendulum of like a light fixture and like tacking on a bunch of stuff to it to just give it a lot of momentum. But as you've pointed out, the construction of this facility is shoddy at best. And you get electrocuted by some exposed wiring. I don't know how you do that, Dick, because you're the one aware of this, and you're a mechanic.
Mechanic should know which wires are live, but
Yeah.
yes, they obviously
It's
have
dark
really
in there,
good
though.
electric-
Nick, do you do it on purpose? Are you like, wait a minute, these sons of bitches didn't hook this up correctly. I have to grab this wire to make sure the like rigging works successfully. So it's like part of, it's not like you did an accident, it's like part of your solution.
I was gonna say, I think actually for Dick's character, he would get a little shock and be like, oh my god, there's no way that wire is actually live, these fucking idiots, and then literally just grab it to see out of frustration.
Okay. So I want you to take the level 2 harm shocked. And so you just click on one of the like harm 2 fields and type shocked in there. And then to the right of it, you'll see that there is a penalty of -1 die of any rolls you have until that harm is cleared. Now, what you can do when I give you consequences of a roll, you can resist those consequences and just say, Nick, I'd like to resist being shocked. And then you can essentially spend stress to ignore or reduce the effect or consequence.
Oh, so right now I can take a stress and not be shocked.
So the way that would work is you tell me how you're resisting it, or I can decide. I think the rules say the GM decides, but I'm a fan of letting you all decide what you're doing. Like if you wanted to say like, oh, I just kind of like tense up and as I go to grab it, and because I know it's coming and I just like, I don't know, am prepared for it, that would be like a prowess resistance. And then you would roll prowess and take 6 stress minus your highest die roll.
Got it. No, I think I'm not gonna resist it. The only extra tool I have is a water gun, and I don't think that would really help me not get electrocuted right now. So,
Okay.
assuming it's full of water, I didn't even check to see if it was full of water. So,
Okay.
What do you fill your water guns with, Norm?
Vaseline.
Nick.
Damn it, Greg. Now I wanted to.
high strength.
It's not water. I definitely know that
Not
much.
water.
It's probably like saline solution or something, just like salt water. So rather than like having any syringes or anything like that, it's just the water gun. You stab it into someone's arm to get into the vein, and just boop, 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 pump in, air bubbles, instantly killing them.
A
Or
syringe on it.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm a clown doctor.
This is a pulmonary embolus water gun.
Yeah.
Dr. Roxo, baby.
Like a water gun, then I realized.
Anyways,
God.
I don't resist the damage. Nick.
Okay. All right. So, Sunny, douses moss porridge over some of the eye stalks or the sensors. Dax clotheslines a couple robots while getting caught on the hand with one of their weapons. And Dick is, coming in like a wrecking ball. Norm, what are you doing as there's like one or two drones left to deal with?
I heard that there's a thing called a flashback mechanic.
Yes.
I want to do one of those.
Okay. What do you
Tell me how this works.
So this game considers the past and the present like they are the same. So like you can say, Nick, in the past I would have liked to have done this, and it needs to honor the fiction. It cannot contradict the fiction.
Yeah.
But depending on how likely it was, it may cause stress.
Okay. Here is what I want to do in the past. We've been here for a couple of days, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in this podunk jail cell that probably doesn't have actual medical staff, or if they do, they're apathetic and they're like, you guys are druggies, you just want drugs.
It's an
quit complaining.
old crotchety nurse lady.
Okay. Well, as an actual doctor, Norm, in clown makeup, in disguise, wants to help out some of the prisoners while they are like injured or just suffering in pain from poor medical upkeep, and get them on our side for this moment to make, like, when the riot goes down, everybody joins, or at least like the leaders get their boys to,
Okay.
this guy's a doctor, he's helped us out.
Okay. So this flashback is going to cost you 0 stress because this entirely apathetic nurse is just like, you want to do my job for me? You freak? Be my guest. And so I think the where the action role comes into play is these prisoners are attempting to be treated by a person dressed as a clown. And then be convinced that there's going to be a riot and that they should fight for this clown. So what do you say to them, and what action rating are you using to convince them?
All right, what do you mean action rating?
So you have the 12 action skills.
Okay.
To me, this sounds like a command can sort or sway depending on what you say to them. So like what are you saying to them might help color what action skill you're using.
So I wanted to treat them for injuries, get their like bosses and their, I'm sure you don't know how prison works, Nick, but you have your like patriarchs in charge who are like, hey, this guy's part of our car, or he's part of our like group. And this dude, as an actual doctor providing medical aid, goes to all of the groups to at least curry some favor to do that. So I would like this to be a sway where I'm like, hey, something may happen in the next couple of days. You guys want to help me out? And then, I'll treat you for the tetanus that is you all are suffering from.
Yeah. Sway someone with charm, logic, deception, disguise, or bluffing. Change attitudes or behavior with manipulation or seduction.
Ooh, I'm a seductive clown, Nick. You know me.
Oh yeah, I know you, John.
You want to honk my horn?
All right.
John, the horn. John, the horn. The horn, John.
Oh, fuck, the horn. Oh, God, will it come through? I don't know if it came through.
Yeah, it was a little muted, but it was good. Okay,
I'll
give me...
offer my assistance in this flashback. Seeing some hesitancy to be treated by a clown during the peak of my withdrawals from a lack of LSD, Dax will volunteer to be treated by the clown and show the beneficial work that he does to assuage fears.
Okay. So you have a couple options here, actually. One thing you can do to assist people with their role is you can either, take a stress and push yourself to assist and give them +1 die, or you can do what's called a setup roll, and that is make an action roll of your own and depending on the result, improve their position or their effect level. Which
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. I guess what I'm doing here is essentially my own sway roll. I guess.
Yeah.
As I am swaying them that, hey, look, he tinkered with me, and now I'm not vomiting in the corner anymore. And also, don't look me in the eyes because you might blow up like a goat.
Okay, give me a sway roll.
No. I vomit directly in their mouth.
Yeah, unfortunately.
This guy's a lunatic.
I don't think I've ever seen a failed setup roll. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do in terms of consequences. Yeah. I think that they're just like, wow, this clown is not as fucked up as that dude. That dude needs some serious medical help. And in fact, Dax, I think you can no longer ask anyone else besides your crew for help. Like,
Perfect.
You're just gonna get people looking away from you.
I'm ostracized for sure.
You've shunned yourself.
Yep.
All right, Norm, give me your sway.
Okay. I do want to push myself for this as well, so I'm gonna take 2 stress.
Okay. You also have you can spend a gambit if you like as well.
I only have 3 dice, or the 1 sway is a fail, right? So I don't get help.
You do not get a setup bonus, but yeah, you have 2 in sway, and then you're pushing yourself and taking 2 stress, so you have 3 dice.
Okay, so for bonus dice, do I just hit 1 or 3?
You put 1.
Okay, cool. That is a 5.
That is a 5. Okay. So, a bunch of these other criminals, gang affiliated, prison gang affiliated criminals, they start jumping in and like bashing the few remaining drones, and they also start punching out the guards. I think they are just going to be tied up. So they're not going to be able to come with you and help out. But like one of them, like the leader, gives you a thumbs up and then just goes and punches a drone and then jumps on a guard. And so I think one complication, though, is that there is a different gang member, a really tiny, kind of shifty looking guy named Mouse. He's like, he like is dodging and weaving between the brawling, and he gets to the door and he like waves you all on over and he's like, let's go. And now you have a groupie.
Oh,
what do we do?
Found a rat.
How do we get through the door? What's the plan? Huh, guys?
I'll say, hold on a minute. And I would like to find one of the down drones and smash it apart until I can get to its power and then take it with me.
Oh. Okay. Give me...
I can totally use the spoons that were dropped by Dax if I need to.
Okay.
Pry something open.
Let's see if you can do this quickly. Give me some... give me a... What's action roll do you think is appropriate here?
It depends. I would probably go for the one that is most like wrecked and destroyed. Probably the first one that Dax punched when he got all hulked out.
Yeah.
Maybe it was already partially open. I don't know if this is a rig or if this is a scrap. I don't know. I don't have a point in either one.
Yeah,
but I kind of want to do it.
Okay, just give me a click on scrap and then just select for the position. Select fortune roll.
I don't have that option. I have
Oh,
risky,
really?
controlled, or desperate.
Oh, hit risky, and then for effect. Oh, I guess just hit standard. Weird. I thought you could hit fortune rolls in this.
Fortune rolls are on the bottom of the character sheet. They're different than an action roll. If you want to roll a fortune roll, you got to go to the right above where it says clocks, and you just click the thing that says fortune roll, insert a number of dice, and it'll roll it for you.
Okay. In Blades in the Dark, you can roll your action ratings as fortune rolls.
Well, you could do the same thing, right? Because I can
Right.
say, all right, I am a fortune roll with my scrap. So my number of dice in scrap is 2, right? And so now I have 2 dice
Right.
as
Okay.
my fortune roll.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's a 4. So yeah, you can pull a core.
Those were my
Those are
example
Greg's
rolls.
example
Let
rolls.
him roll. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
And how many dice am I rolling then?
0. Which will roll 2 die and take the lower.
Oh, that's probably not going to go well. All right. Ask me for an input value.
0. So that's a 1. You begin bashing and breaking, and a guard turns towards you as the rest of the crew behind you is working on the door, and you have a moment of like, are you gonna go toe to toe with this guy and actually like try and stand your ground to get the core, or are you gonna make a break for it and hope that your crew has opened the door by now?
No, I'm basically going to put both hands up and say, no.
Apollo, Temer has redeemed +1 dice in
Ooh.
his chat.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll one more d6, Brian. That's a 5. Okay. So, the guard looks to you, but you see right there it is, the core. You go, you grab it, and you make a break for the door. Hopefully by now the crew has opened the door, because you and a guard are chasing after. A guard is chasing after you towards the crew. So crew, you're at the door while Sunny's doing this. What are we doing with the door? The power's off, so the security lock is disabled. Well,
Who's our
We
hacker?
can say the lock is disabled, but it's not electronically opening, maybe? Right?
Yes,
Like it's now
correct.
just like an
I'm the hacker.
inert piece of iron.
Yeah. I'm imagining though in a prison, they'd probably, if the power goes out, you want your doors to remain locked. You would design them
Okay.
that way, probably. Anyway, what's the plan?
I have one more item, and it turns out that amongst the possessions that were given to me, because a super soldier sometimes needs a little extra help. He has a detonator that he pulls out. The alarm's blaring, and he's like, "Stand back, guys. You can open this door."
Oh my god.
And
Holy shit, he's got a bomb! Run!
Fuck. Where did
mind
Dax get a
powers, man.
detonator?
he got a detonator by accident. Rin didn't know who got what, and I asked for my glasses and my drugs, and I got a detonator because Rin sometimes makes mistakes, and maybe he couldn't find the drugs, and so I stand there, I stare intently at the door. Click, boom! The door blows a small explosion to try to resolve the situation.
Okay, give me. I think we're gonna need a check here to blow this door.
Yeah.
That to me sounds like a rig
Okay.
because it said rig explosives is the last line there.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Would you like to?
I'm pushing myself for sure. Just sheer force of will to blow this door up with my mind.
Okay. And you have 2
Yeah.
gambits.
Do you mind if I take another gambit, y'all?
Go for it. Get us out of here.
All right.
I want to be on the ship.
So I will take pushing myself and a gambit from 0. So I'm gonna go up to 2 dice.
Correct.
All right. What's my position?
We'll just go with risky standard still.
Risky standard. Sounds good.
That's a 4.
That is a 4.
Okay. Let me look at my list of consequences here. There's a complication. You suffer lesser harm, or you suffer harm. A complication occurs. You have reduced effect. You end up in a desperate position. I think you all end up in a desperate position.
Okay.
So you blow the door, and on the other side are more guards. There's a crew of like 3 guards. They are kitted out in SWAT attire though. So I'm gonna start another 6-step clock to include the 3 like decked out guards in front of you, and then the one chasing Sunny. And you are not going to be able to get assistance from the rest of the prisoners since they're assisting they're fighting other guards. But the door is blown. Well done.
Nice.
So
Told you guys,
there is
I've got that mind power.
Yeah. So there's a long metal hallway here, like with kind of bulkhead-esque walls, and just like the faintest of LED lights kind of illuminating, like illuminating the silhouettes of these guards. And you can see that they just like are stacked with SWAT gear, and they have like stun batons, and kind of like riot, not full riot shields, but like like a buckler, like riot bucklers.
Oof. I shove Mouse into them and say, he blew it up.
Nice. Okay. Are you trying to convince them that he's
yes,
the threat?
I want them to be fully distracted with Mouse, the domestic terrorist. That's who I want.
Okay.
Oh man, it was my eyes.
Give me-
It's my psychic powers, dude.
Norm, give me some sort of roll to convince them.
Okay.
As Mouse is like, what? No!
Someone assist me. Let's do this.
I think Dax is like anti-assisting. Dax is like,
Hey.
no. Don't worry, little mouse. It was my mind, man. My
Yes, it was him. What?
Oh man, I'm telling
Alright.
you, it's
Okay.
like the goats.
So you can push yourself, accept a devil's bargain. For devil's bargains, I can tell you what the offer is, and you can choose to decline or accept. And then you also have 1 gambit left.
Let's hear that devil's bargain. What does it do?
You all are gonna get +3 heat, which is kind of like a how much are the cops after you?
Oh. Give me more stress. I love stress. Screw it.
Okay,
I'm stressing out.
push yourself.
This is risky.
This is
Desperate.
yes, risky standard.
All right. Oh wow.
That's a 3.
Okay.
Things go badly. You suffer harm. A complication occurs. You end up in a desperate position. You lose this opportunity.
Just
So
fucking murder me, man. Come on.
even on a 1 to 3, you still make 1 step's worth of progress on the clock. Do you have any abilities that would help here? Not quite.
I mean, I've got a heavy blast. No, I don't know, man.
This
I
is
thought we were trying to get to the door so we
Yes.
can get to the safe,
The-
so that we can get our items to escape. I'm not.
the room with your gear is at the other end of this hall. You are on your way.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so one of the guards just like grabs Mouse and just shoves him against a bulkhead. And so that guy's a little preoccupied. What are the rest of you doing here?
I'd love to know what Lettuce is doing, and then I have a way to deal with the guard that's chasing me.
Nice.
Could I, in the architecture of this hallway, could sneaky Lettuce have been able to like move past these guards? Since he's got a little skulk action.
I think there's a moment you could try and sneak by while Norm is shoving Mouse.
Yeah, in the moment of chaos where their attention's turned on Mouse, Lettuce just sidles on by, gets
Okay.
behind them.
Um,
to start just opening the door.
okay, give me, because I don't think this is gonna address the challenge necessarily, unless you're trying to like get behind them to do something.
Well, isn't the door behind them?
It
Or
is.
the-
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm getting behind them to start.
Left a door to get to another
Okay.
door.
So give me a
Is that not where we're at? Sorry, we're in the hallway trying to get past these guys, right?
Yeah, yes, you're trying to get past them. I'm just saying that like they are an obstacle to the whole group. And just sneaking past them doesn't solve the problem, but it will get
Behind
you
them
closer to
is
the
a
door.
where our gear is, where there could be some sort of blaster, right?
Yes, exactly. That's true. So give me a scramble,
So the long solution.
and I will give you +1 for throwing mouse under the bus.
Risky.
Yes, risky
We're in a
standard.
desperate situation now, right?
Not quite.
Isn't that the consequence of blowing the door open? We're now in a desperate situation.
No, there's an additional complication.
And then what's
Okay.
my effect? Standard limited rate. Okay.
Most
Bonus
rolls,
dice? I get one.
you get 1 bonus die. That is a 5. So you in the chaos sneak past the guards, but they notice that you're like that you've dipped by and taken advantage of the situation. So one of the guards is gonna begin chasing after you as well, but you can make a break
Alright.
for the door.
Is it unlocked? What's the door condition? Is that another obstacle?
Well, the power's out. It's locked.
So no, you rush past. A guard chases you. This door is open, and you are in the evidence room.
Got it. I slide to where the my light blaster pistol is, and grab it
Okay.
and turn on this guy.
I need you to make a sort of make a roll to find it quickly, which I believe would be probably a study, unless you have some other trick up your sleeve.
Well, I picked up. I'm sorry, we haven't picked up any of our gear yet, right? We're still getting.
Yes, correct.
I think I flash back to the pendulum trap that I built earlier and had coiled up some extra wire. And as I'm running through the room, rig up a super quick little tripwire between two tables in the dark for this guy.
Okay. Give me a rig then. Risky standard.
Risky standard, 0 bonus dice.
Can I assist him? Oh,
5.
shit.
Oops.
Never mind. He already rolled.
Yeah, and he ran past. Okay, so you trip up this guard, which is going to fill 3 more segments, because you used rig on the clock. So this guard just like eats shit as he trips, and you're able to knock him out. Wanted to throw a banana peel? That definitely happens. You just like Hail Mary it, and get
A
him.
good use of your item, John.
That's pretty good.
And I obtain my blaster pistol, I guess.
Yes, you will. We'll come back to you in a moment with your blaster
Yeah.
pistol.
All right. This guard is chasing me, Nick.
Yes.
I've got a power core in my hands, and I see that Dax is rigging up a detonator to blow the door, just like the plan.
Yes.
And I wait to the moment that it's about to blow, and then I kind of drop down, like turn my body sideways, kick my feet out, and trip this guard as he's immediately
fuck.
distracted by this explosion.
Oh my god. Okay.
My goal is to get up behind him, and then trip him, get up behind him, grab him by the neck, and grab that spoon, and put it up against his neck. Dick.
Oh my god.
Is this a misdirection for Skulk? Is this
Yeah,
some type
I
of
think-
scramble as I go around? What do I got?
Yeah, this is employ subtle misdirection.
Yes.
Sure. I don't know if
Maybe.
it's subtle
I don't know.
misdirection, but we'll just go with Skulk. Sway because
Alright.
lying's his coffee.
That's
Okay.
right. I'm about to flashback for the spoon. We're good. We're gonna go with the sway, and I would like to push myself here because this is pivotal. I mean, sorry, a skulk.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna take 2 stress and make a skulk, which is what position?
Risky standard.
Risky, standard, and bonus dice 1. Is that right?
Yes, from
'Cause I'm
pushing yourself. Correct.
Wonderful.
Ooh, a 3.
Welcome, brother, to the 331 crew.
331 crew. So, this doesn't quite work. This particular guard is a little slower on his feet, so he doesn't like rush to you as quickly as you'd expect. And he's just like, "What are you doing down there?" And he points a stun weapon at you. Put your hands behind your head. The door blows.
I immediately want to try to dive between his legs and go the other direction. And while I'm doing it, I want to try and steal a key card off his hip.
Ooh, nice. That sounds like a scramble / skulk to me.
Which one?
You tell me.
I will go with the skulk.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna use how many gambits do we have left?
1.
1.
I think I'm gonna use it because I want this to succeed. Risky
Nailed it,
standard
6,
one.
baby.
That's a 4. Okay.
We can't roll a 6 to save our lives tonight, guys.
Okay, so you did this as skulk, which I think represents like prioritizing getting the key card.
Yep, I
Over.
agree.
Yeah, so you grab the
Don't
key
worry,
card,
John. You got this.
and then he grabs you by the wrist and kicks you in the chest to the ground. Take the level 1 harm bruised, and you're in a desperate position now.
No, you said that, Shadow. So I'm like, all right, if luck is real, then I'm just gonna pick up a dice and roll it, and it's gonna roll a 6. So I did, and I rolled a 6.
Roll the luck, John.
I'm stealing the luck right here.
All right, we have. I guess I don't make any. Do I make any progress on this clock?
No.
I guess not.
No,
Oh, okay.
your objective was to steal the key card, not to deal with him. You all looking down the hall, you see that not only 1 but 2 guards chased Dick, and because he performed so well in his role, they both tripped and conked their heads, both tripping over Norm's banana peel. So there is 1 guard holding Mouse, who is like got him detained and is looking like, I've got this guy. I guess I can't deal with the rest of you. Please leave me alone so I can do my job. And but then there's this guard who's got Sunny on lock. Norm and Dax, what do you do?
I'm walking into the evidence locker to pick up my syringe so I can go drug someone by injecting them in the back of the neck.
Dax?
I threaten this guard. I turn to him, eyes steely, staring right at him. I say, "Whoa, bro. You leave my friend Sonny alone. You saw what I did to this door with my mind. I could do it to your head. Like a little pea. Squish."
Fuck.
And I want to
Don't
I'm
do it. I've
scared.
seen it before.
I want to intimidate this guy into like leaving him alone.
I want to
Okay.
take his stress to help him if I can. He'll do it.
Okay.
He'll do it. I've seen it.
Nice. Okay. What action do you think that is? That sounds the most like a command to me.
Yeah. I think it's a threat. Like it's intimidating
Right.
him, but it's like it's not like a lie so much as like I want him to believe it so much as like I don't care. I just want him away from my friend.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And it sounds like Sunny's taking 1 stress to give you a +1d.
Brilliant.
There is. Oh, did we use the last gambit?
We did use the last gambit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red 0 gambits. So this is desperate standard.
This is desperate
This
standard.
is desperate.
Okay.
Because Sunny is in a desperate position.
All right, then I'll mark 1 resolve after this. Desperate standard. So I'm still getting standard effect in a desperate situation. I'll take it.
Yes.
Tell me. What's
no,
my devil's bow?
I'm sorry. I think you do have great effect. No, the other 2 guys have walked away. So it is 1v1 basically.
Okay.
I was thinking like, is there a scale issue here? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Desperate standard.
Desperate standard.
The Devil's Bargain is, I'm just gonna say, is more heat. It'll be 3 heat.
Oh, bring me some heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mark 3 heat for the crew.
Yeah, the crew's taking heat for the like obvious psychic like terrorist that they're harboring, right? There's definitely more heat on them.
Oh my god. Come on,
Okay.
roll 20. Work with me here.
All right, so that gets me up to 2 bonus dice. Let's make this roll.
Okay, I've marked 3 heat.
Hey.
That is a 6 on a desperate
Nice.
roll.
Does that give us a gambit?
No, 6s on risky
me
rolls
a gambit.
generate
Risky
gambits,
rolls.
except
Risky
for
rolls.
Sunny, who generates
Okay.
gambits on desperate rolls as well.
But I do mark resolve.
Yes, you get 1 XP in resolve because you did a desperate command. So nice. This is why I've been reluctant to put you all in a desperate position so quickly, both because it hurts a lot and because you get XP really fast. So this dude like looks around at all the fighting going on, and he's like, "Fuck, you're badass, you motherfucker. Nah, I don't want you to blow me up with your mind. You're lucky, you little shit." And he steps off you and kicks you in the ribs, Sonny. It does not result in a harm, but it knocks the breath out of you for a second. And then Dick and Norm appear, one with a syringe and one with a blaster. And he's like, oh shit. And he drops his taser gun, and he like shuffles off.
I grabbed the taser immediately.
Okay, you have a taser.
Nice. I'm just collecting all kinds of shit. This is great.
All right,
I
you
still have
all.
my 2 items too.
Yes, you all head into the evidence locker, gather your things, head down another couple of halls, and go through a couple of shut down doors. And it's at the last door you reach, as you break through it, that the power comes back on in the facility. You all make a break for the ship, your ship, which we need to decide on a name. If it's going to be the Fire Drake or one of these other wonderful names.
In honor of all the spoon energy, should we be flying the greasy spoon?
Oh God. Let's go over some of these. So Andy put the HMS Katsusanato, Cat
I don't think that's how it's pronounced.
Katsusando. What? Sorry, what is that?
That's a nickname for his sandwich.
Oh, okay. So
Nice.
these are all memes. John says the Lancer because he's a Lancer weeb.
You're the one who named this game after fate, Nick. I don't know what you want from me, man.
Oh, I thought you meant Lancer like the Gears of War Lancer.
No, John
There's
has
a lot. It can be. It's a common name that sounds sci-fi and cool.
For those of you watching this YouTube video in the year 2040, John DM has a Digimon campaign using the role-playing system Lancer. All I know about the campaign is that he played the actual Digimon Thief song during the character creation episode. And it sounds amazing.
Nick, I was going to get DMCA'd like 20 years
Wow,
ago.
Nick. Thanks, man.
Seriously.
Okay. Andy said
For copyright reasons, not Digimon adjacent property.
by the time anyone watches this VOD, I'm sure it's going to be in the public domain, so don't worry about it, John.
I doubt it.
Good names.
So other possible names, right? We're a crew that's about like rebelling, and we all have been wronged in some way. Are we the like SS Retribution or something?
Ooh.
Sure.
Another possible option could be we call our ship Herald. We are the coming of a new future.
Nice.
Andy, you wrote the abscission. What does that mean?
It's when a leaf falls off a tree.
Wow. That's so poetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Lucky you,
John.
Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know
What's
what's a synonym for retribution?
Yes.
Fate. We should totally be the retribution.
I like it, Shadow. I like, you know,
I like that name, Greg.
let's do it.
Okay.
Retribution.
SS Retribution.
/ Stay Night. Yeah.
/ Unlimited Blade Works.
There you go.
No, never Unlimited Blade Works.
Okay.
He doesn't like the written
Night or Heaven's
timeline.
Feel. Never Unlimited Blade Works.
You like Heaven's Feel more than Unlimited Blade Works?
Yes, Unlimited Blade Works is horrifically bad. I
What do you-
have so
what?
much.
Moving on.
We'll talk about it later. We'll
All
talk
right.
about it later.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Can I assume that Dax and I also went in and gathered our stuff on the way to get to the
yes.
ship?
Yes. You all have all your gear. You're now loaded for bear. You make your way to the ship. You plug in the access codes. You get access to the ship. Who is your pilot? That was you, Sonny?
It is, but there's one thing I'd like to do after we get to the ship.
Yes.
I want to rig the door now that the power's on the way into the dock to shut and not open so the guards cannot chase us.
Ooh, okay. Give me a...
I have one lettuce who can rig amazing shit as I hand him 1, the power core, 2, the taser, and 3, ask him to grab the wires that he grabbed earlier so we can hook the power core up to the wires, up to the door mechanic, and then tase the shit out of it to just lock it down.
Okay, it's locked.
All right.
It's locked.
You didn't roll anything?
No,
Or
you're
we do that
good.
for sure.
I don't think it's
Okay,
worth
okay.
it because I don't think any guards are chasing you anyway. But I like it. Covering
I
your
feel like it was
tracks.
still important.
Yeah.
Good teamwork. Nate.
Um.
Did we determine what's in the water gun, by the way?
Bailey.
Saline solution.
Saline. Oh, brine. That's right. Okay, gotcha. Never
The
mind.
brine gun.
Nick, should I have checked? Sorry, this is just a game mechanics question. Should I have checked blaster pistol on the inventory thing as soon as I said I picked it up?
I don't think we do that until we use them.
Yeah. I think also a water gun full of brine I would not count against one of your load. Those are
No,
supposed to be...
no. Sorry, there's two separate questions.
Oh.
I also, like I said when I went into the evidence room, I grabbed
Okay.
a pistol.
I think for this moment you're carrying heavy bags and it's slowing you down, but you've got all your shit. Like if you needed it in that moment, you could access it. But
Gotcha. Never mind.
you all throw your stuff into containers that when you break atmo, your shit's not gonna be flying around everywhere. Or you put it in some lockers. Sunny makes it to the cockpit. The rest of you get to your seats and lock in. Sunny, you're taking off. You all let me look at the ship really quickly.
Retro.
The SS Retro. I actually don't know if I know much about using ship systems.
Uh-oh.
Let me look at that really quickly.
Good thing we didn't take all this time picking a name, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick.
I mean, Greg is so familiar with the system, he might be more familiar. Greg, do you know about using ship systems?
Greg, let him suffer.
The only familiarity with this system is from Blades in the Dark. There aren't ships in Blades, unfortunately.
Okay. What's a space adventure without a trusty ship to pull you through when things get bad? Leveraging ship systems is a key part of the job in dealing with problems an individual couldn't handle. They help with everything from scanning a jungle for a bounty you're tracking, fighting your way past a blockade, to shaking off pursuers, blah, blah, blah. Trying to run.
I have a question for you. Do we need a ship roll here? Right? Is there an obstacle to be overcome that we're facing? And if
Yes.
so, what is it?
Okay.
Okay.
I am looking to see, do you all know that there is this obstacle before it arrives? Sunny, can you give me 1d6 for using the comm systems, please?
1d6 for using the comms.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's a 1.
Nice.
Okay.
No.
Perfect.
So you all begin to take off. What's the plan? Where like have you all communicated about like where you're going?
I think that I have a contact on Midbow, or no, on a Saber. There is an uptick in crime here, and it has found it has called to one Shod, a weapons dealer. And in this environment of high crime, Shod is nearby, and I have met with Shod because I needed to repair my fine vibroblade. It had been damaged in a previous mission, and so I know where a safe hideout would be. And if I owed him a favor, I'm sure that we could all hide out there if we got there. So there's a farm that is nearby a cave system somewhere to the south of Lycandrop that Shod owns and operates from currently.
All right. Well. Okay, so you all begin flying south, and Sunny, it becomes very readily apparent to you that Penitence has called in the big guns. The military sends a couple of their patrol ships in your direction. They are armed and outfitted with weapons to take you all down if necessary. And you begin getting a hail from them. And they identify themselves as patrol ships from the SS. Nope, not the SS. From the...
SS Nope. Got it.
What's that?
The SS Nope. That's the name.
The OSF Sorte. And they are ordering you to relinquish control of your ship immediately. And you get a request on a display off to the side to allow them to like take remote access of your ship.
I'll yell out, quick, Norm, get on the comms. Distract him.
Fuck.
This is the OSF Sorte commanding
is this
you
like
to
like a video feed, Star Trek style, or is this just over the radio?
You can choose. It is an audio being sent to you by a pilot. You can choose to respond with voice or video.
I think he just starts broadcasting the Benny Hill theme.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what I'm doing. I want to get on camera if possible, you know, like the Dark Knight almost with the shaky cam. Not that I'm going to murder Mouse, but, you know, he is definitely tied to a chair if Mouse is still with us.
Oh, no, Mouse has been detained. He's gone.
Thank God. I'm so glad. All right. I'm going to get on and be like, you've come to the wrong ship, buddy. This is the clown car, not whatever the hell you think this is. Here's a demonstration. And then, you know, I start pulling out balloon animals, how to do your makeup, and get us the fuck out of here, pilot man.
The engines, hardcore.
Okay. John, you know how you asked me to watch Cyberpunk Blade Runner or Edge Runners?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've definitely entered cyber psychosis.
Yes.
Okay.
I am insane. This
All
is
right.
nothing.
Sunny, I'm gonna need you to give me a help check.
You got it.
Let me look at the rules for like what I do against like contesting ships. When you fight with another ship, consider which ship systems are relevant to the action. If you're trying to outrun a patrol craft, engine quality is the most relevant. Compare your engine's quality to the enemy ship's tier. If their tier is higher, then they have quality. If yours is higher, quality goes to you. Okay.
Lettuce has done mechanic work on this type of craft that we're up against, and I think I can give assistance and advice about their maneuverability to our pilot.
Ooh.
Love it.
I have
Okay. Yeah.
a
Sorry.
fine sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Can I potentially like take out an engine or something as somebody's like, punch it? I'm like, all right, and like the ship goes and I shoot the engine and try to give a extra die as well.
Are you okay? Are you all in your shuttle or the actual ship? Like
Are
this
we
is
in space?
no.
We're in shuttle. We have a shuttle. We're not in space.
Okay.
Like we're flying from wherever on Mindbow or wherever on Saber Mindbow's like corporate headquarters are to a safe house on Saber, right?
Okay.
Or do I need to like use the ship weapons to do
Oh
that?
yeah.
So this is like when the Millennium Falcon is like flying across, like, you know, right above the ground of a planet, trying to outmaneuver like a bunch
Think
of
less
TIE
Millennium
fighters.
Falcon and more like some speeder, right?
Oh, okay.
Like
so-
we're in our shuttle,
Okay.
right? That shuttles us from places to and fro.
Okay.
Right? And like maybe we're on our ground ships, maybe we're on our shuttle, right? But we're like not in a spaceship as much as we are in like that smaller craft that
Okay.
like hooks up to our spaceship.
Where is your spaceship at this hideout?
It would have to be in the orbital jetty, right? Can't come down to the planet.
Well, you all have like the super upgraded engine, so I think you can go up and down through gravity wells all you want.
No, we talked about that in character creation last week. We use our shuttle to get down to
Okay.
planet side.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a warship, like an actual thing to go toe to toe with like a military vessel. This thing could not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're either like on our bikes that we stole, right? That we're on those like ground speeders, or we're on like our shuttle. Right?
I think you're on the shuttle if you're trying to make it to the like beyond the city. Okay, so yeah, I need a helm roll from you because they have faster ships than your shuttle. If this were your like the actual retribution,
Right.
I think it might be a different matter.
Can you tell me what type of terrain we're going across? Are
Well,
we like still in Lycandrop?
I think like at first you're still in Lycandrop, so this is through tall cityscape. There's also kind of like a very dense like ground level. If you wanted to take advantage of that, and beyond that, it's like rolling hills of moss covered mountain and pasture. So, but then beyond that, there is these kind of like this cave network. So either you can lose them here in the city and take advantage of the dense metropolis and busy space traffic and lots of shuttles. Or you could try your luck losing them in the cave system. Because I don't think you're going to just like dead sprint beat them.
Yeah, we can't outsprint beat them. So I'm going to try to. So these patrol craft are still in the city. They're chasing us. I'm going to try to maneuver in between buildings and try to outmaneuver them and try to lose them in some way. And I'm going to yell back to Lettuce. Be like, Lettuce, grab that power core. It's still in my pack. There's a detonator in there as well. If you toss it out the back and rig it, maybe it'll create an explosion to distract them.
Yeah. And if this is your, if you all are in your shuttle, yes, Dax, you can use your sniper to try and pick them off, but it's going to be very difficult.
I'm down.
Okay.
I think like I don't know if you want to do two separate roles. If you want to like can Sunny D outmaneuver them in the city, or like, and then like if it doesn't work, I try to pick off one of these ships to like help us get away.
Yeah.
Or if you want to roll it into one roll where it's like Sunny D gets extra dice potentially from a successful sniping, from a successful rigging.
Let's do a setup roll. So give me a I think a scrap is
Yeah.
ranged fire. It's all the same.
Okay. What do you want my position to be?
this will be controlled limited.
Okay.
Now, one
Okay.
thing. Okay, this is getting into some of the more advanced stuff. You can exchange your position for effect. So you, as controlled limited, could make this risky standard if you wanted.
That's actually a good point. I'm going to put myself in a risky situation by like hanging out the like side of the shuttle as it's
Nice.
flying. I'm gonna like wrap my legs around something and then like hang out the bottom of it like, wow, I love the way the wind rushes through my hair. And then I'm gonna take my shot that way.
How?
All right, so I'm gonna go into a risky situation for a standard effect. No bonus dice. That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Boom.
You all generate a gambit for a 6 on a risky roll. So let me pull up the SS Retribution and bonk. There's a gambit. So I think you give Sunny increased position or effect for his role as like you begin letting loose some fire on these ships and they like have to back off a little bit. I mean, these are like they are a tier 4 faction. These are military vessels, but you have a fine sniper rifle. So in fact, because it's fine, you actually ended up having great effect, meaning this was a crit. So it's better than expected. So they have to back way off. So I think Sunny, you have both increased position and effect. So I'm gonna need a helm from you with controlled great.
Controlled. Great.
Yes.
Okay. And we have just generated another gambit.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. I think I would like to use it.
Okay. I think
This
that's
will give
wise
me-
because y'all are like about done with the mission and it resets at the start of a new mission. So
All right. So that's going to be
And
one bonus dice, right?
yep.
Go one from you as well for help. Where is that? We're not doing that one as well.
How would you help?
I worked on the type of cruiser we're up against and gave him insight on their maneuverability. We talked about that
So
before.
these are their scouting ships that are chasing you all, not the battleship or anything like that.
Sure. Okay.
All right. So I'm looking at one bonus dice then.
For the gambit, you can also push yourself or accept a devil's bargain.
I will push myself to give myself 2 bonus dice and take 2 stress.
Okay.
And we go.
That's a 5. Okay. On a 5, you hesitate, withdraw and try a different approach, or else do it with some minor consequence. A minor complication occurs. You have reduced effect. You suffer lesser harm. You end up in a risky position. I think that there is just reduced a complication, and that is just going to come in the form of additional stress because the military was chasing you.
Okay.
So like they flag your shuttle, they make note of like your drive signature or transponder, and I'm just going to add 1 heat to the crew.
Additional heat or additional
Yeah.
stress?
He said stress,
I'm
but he
sorry.
means heat.
I
Yeah,
meant
heat.
heat.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're dodging, diving, dipping, ducking, and dodging. I don't know exactly how that line goes from.
We
from
did dodge twice.
Yeah, yes, that's the most
100%
important part of that
dodge
joke
twice.
is you have to list dodge twice. And you eventually lose them, and Dick is able to help kind of like cover up your transponder or drive signature so they cannot like keep up with you and keep track of you as you like they lose visual contact with you. Thank you, Greg. And you all make it to the edge of the city eventually whenever you feel like the coast is clear, and you head to Dax's contact's place to lay low for a while. And you all are clear. The Jailbirds have flown the coop. Well done, y'all. Congrats.
Woo!
All right.
Take a quick break, Nick.
Yes, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll come back, do some downtime, and then free play. We'll be right back.
Okay.
We're back. So you all escaped and made it to Dax's friend. I missed the name of your friend, Dax. Who is your contact?
Odd.
Shod?
God.
Okay.
Odd. Shoddy workmanship.
Okay. So you find Shod's cave system, you enter, and there is this kind of like safe house area that your shuttle easily fits into. It's very spacious, very Batman's lair-esque. Is Shod here? Or is this just like somewhere you know
yes. about? Yes, I think so. I met with him here. So that's how I knew about the place. I'm not sure Shod is 100% expecting us, but I know that I'm on friendly enough terms with this weapons dealer that, I'll agree to owe him a favor. We'll get something done for him, and he'll find a spot for us.
Yeah. I think you all park the shuttle, and he just like casually walks out, loading a just massive ass looking shotgun. He's a weapons dealer, so it's definitely like he looks very hick, country living in a cave dude. But he is loading like a very, very nice shotgun that like only military and very high-end mercenaries would have. And he just shouts at the shuttle, "Can I help you with something?" And
whoa,
Dax,
Shod,
you step out.
hey man, yeah, it's me, buddy.
Dax sets the shotgun down off to the side. Oh, friend.
Things got a little heated, man. Up in the city, needed a place to lay low. You're the first person I thought of, man.
Yeah, well, happy to oblige. My cave is your cave. Help yourselves. Stay as long as you like. You might need to go fetch yourself some food, as I'm running quite low and haven't had a chance to go out to the stores. But I just subsist on moss mostly, so I never really go to the stores anyway. Yeah, but you should be safe here. There's lots of aluminium in these hills, and they protect from all the signal waves. So they won't be finding you here. Don't you worry.
Perfect, man. I knew I could count on you.
Yeah, help yourself. I got some drugs.
It's cool.
Tucked somewhere in the couch. You might have to go digging around for it, but help yourself. You look like you could use a little jolt.
What kind of drugs?
The kind Dax likes.
I look really sad because I was hoping that, he had an expensive gun. Maybe he'd have expensive drugs. All right.
I'm not a drug runner. I only partake. Anyway, and he like walks up and introduces himself to each of you, and he's a very pleasant man, very courteous. Norm, he's a little cautious shaking your hand. Does he?
I don't offer it.
Okay. I don't think he does either. But he walks up and introduces himself nonetheless.
I'm a friend of a friend.
All right. Okay, so the way that this system works is as soon as we move out of a job and a job is completed, we go into downtime stuff. So let me go ahead and pull up the downtime rules here in our Scum and Villainy PDF here. And for those of you at home, this is going to be on page 175. So, after finishing a job, succeed or fail, the crew regroups, recovers, and prepares for the next job. This phase of the game is called downtime. It fulfills two purposes. It's a break for the players. During the job, the PCs are always under threat, dealing with obstacles in a high energy sequence. Downtime offers a reprieve, a chance to focus on quieter parts of the story as well as explore personal aspects of their character. And it is a new phase of the game that signals a shift in mechanics. In downtime, we grab a different toolbox and resolve downtime on its own terms, then shift back the more action-focused phases of the game afterwards. We divide it into 4 parts. The first is payoff and upkeep. After a job, the PCs take stock of their income from the operation. A successful job generates cred. The crew earns cred based on the nature of the operation and or any valuables they seized.
Are there any valuables in the evidence locker that we could have snatched?
Yes, I think so. I think you all snatched some stuff. You probably might have even grabbed your own drugs, Dax. You might have grabbed some weapons or just like a bag full of cash. So I'm gonna award you all 6 cred for a standard job, enough for a small vehicle or a ship module. So,
And this is individual cred, not crew cred.
This is, we can allocate this 6 cred however we want. We can say everyone gets
so it's for
1
the
and we
crew.
put 2 in the ship. We can put 6 in the ship. Like, we can do whatever we want. Something I should mention about the way that cred works. You'll note that on your character sheets, you only have room to hold 4 cred. Cred is very abstract, so 4 cred is a lot. A lot. And anything over 4 cred you need to put in your vault or in the ship or the ship's vault. When you take money out of a vault, it comes out at a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you want to withdraw and have 1 cred on hand, you'd have to take out and remove 2 cred from your vault.
I see.
So we have 6 cred. I think we should put 3 cred in the ship and then give each of you 1 cred to play around with individually.
And you want nothing?
I don't want a cred, no.
Are you gonna have to de-stress, or are you still sitting pretty good?
Oh, I'm loading up on some stupor.
Sick.
Don't you need cred to be able to indulge your vice?
Yeah,
No,
what can we do with cred, Nick?
So cred can be used to buy items. It can be used to repair your ship, which we'll get to in a second. It can be used to take additional downtime actions or increase the level, the die result level of downtime actions. So
I see.
you can also, yeah, it's mostly just like buy ship stuff, like upgrades or increase your ship's points. Actually, I think you can only do that by leveling up the ship. So yeah, not actually that much.
Bear in mind that cred is also your meta currency. Like when you retire your character, your cred is going to determine like how well you've done.
Yes,
I
exactly.
see.
And I think it's for every 10 cred that your character has, that kind of like increases the result of retirement. Whereas like if you have 0 to 10 cred, you're kind of like or 0 to 9, you're kind of like living on the streets. 10 to a 19 is like you've got some nice creature comforts. And if you have like up to 40, you're living large, you own a business, you're good to go.
How can we have that much? I thought there's only room for 4.
In your stash.
Yeah, you're
But in your vault, you can have tons of cred.
yeah.
Think of it as like your wallet versus like a secure bank account in the city somewhere that has really bad interest rates.
I understand. Is it so? Wait, every time you add, when do you transfer cred from your cred to stash? Is that just any time, or
You can
is
do
it-
that
Anytime you
anytime.
want. But if you want to pull it out, it taxes you.
Got it now. Okay. Sorry, I was confusing that with vault. I didn't know if that was the same thing.
The vault is like the ship's vault. Like the ship can have its own vault as well to store cred.
Got it.
Oh, sorry, I might have mixed up that language. Thank you for
No,
clarifying, Greg.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 3 and then the 3 for the rest of you sound good, or do you want to do it differently?
Sure, that's fine.
I'm
Yes.
fine with that for now.
Cool.
So I don't usually do this, but we can, well, sometimes I do, but we can sometimes play out meetings with clients or patrons that are paying you all, if that's of interest, but I think this is pretty obvious.
I think you just see like a quick exchange with Shad, essentially. We find some contraband and stuff in the lockers, and
I can move that for you.
There's just a quick like, here, have like 6 cred. I'll take this stuff into your hands. I can make money
Yeah.
off of it.
He just
And
hands over
I
6
think that's
cred and he's
how
like,
that goes.
that seem fair?
Yeah. And we take it. We're like, oh yeah.
He
Great
like
stuff.
picks up the shotgun again. we good?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. GM, definitely don't screw around with the players when it comes to the payoff. Don't say the client lied and there's no reward, or that the meeting for the payment is actually trapped. These types of things are staples of crime fiction, but the PCs have enough problems coming at them from every direction already. When it comes to getting paid, just give them what they've earned. I love that. Okay. The job they pulled also affects crew relationships and with other factions. So I think with
Wait, this game that's literally called Scum and Villainy tells the GM not to double cross people.
Oh, okay. In jobs, I can double, triple, quadruple cross you all the fuck I want. But in terms of like you all getting, I mean, like cred is essentially like other forms of it's alternate crew XP because you get to spend that on modules. So I'm not gonna fuck you over on that.
Gotcha. Never mind.
Or if I am, I'm gonna make it so fucking obvious that this is the bad choice, and it'll be more about fictional interest. Okay, so you all did not steal anything for the pod. The Shore Free Citizens flotilla, so I'm gonna go ahead and subtract the status and job from them. Mian Bao fucking hates your guts because you have allegedly killed one of their people, and for penitence civic services, you broke out of prison and shamed them, so -1 status with them. And also you ran from the military, -1 status.
They just
Sounds
know
good.
who we are intrinsically, no matter what.
Yeah,
There's no deception at all.
I
Of
mean,
like, wow, some unmarked shuttle escaped from us. It must have been.
well,
I mean, they could
so-
have gotten our
Those
info
idiots.
from the prison.
penitents knew who you were because they booked you,
Somehow.
and then they called Space Force and asked for help.
Was it the military of Saber, or was it the Galactic Space Force, or
It-
the Orion Space Force?
It is. There is one military, really, and that is the human military, the Orion Space Force. I think that
How
Musk.
did they ID us in the first place?
They
Is there
arrest-
some sort of like
They
That's a
arrested
mystery.
you.
everyone is in a
Find out.
database everywhere? at
You all got
times,
set
or-
up to take the fall for a murder. The
just
actual
asking.
killer definitely wanted to make sure that they knew who you were.
Okay, so they put our like social security numbers of a crime scene. So even if we were born off planet, they know exactly who we are.
Norm,
right?
do you not put your social security number on your balloon animals? Because I sure as fuck do. How else are people supposed to know how talented I
I just
am?
want this narrative to be consistent.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now
if we have like state identified codes that we are born with and like can be looked up immediately.
it's probably an implant.
Nick, John wants to know if they're reading his retina so that he can.
Yeah.
Like,
Are
look
they-
at his
do
eyes
we
and not
have
be
a,
identified
like-
in this world?
dystopian hell nightmare situation where everyone is born with an IFF code in their neck that can be remotely scanned? I want to know this.
Use your
Ooh.
downtime activity to find out.
Okay, that's what I do. We're in downtime now.
John
Nick.
spouts lore.
Now,
Let me
really
spell
quick,
Lord.
I'm gonna give you all +1 with Musk, Nadar, and Ma News Media Group, otherwise known as MNMNM Group.
Face.
And yeah, you all have been hiking up their ratings. So good on you. They'd love to
Nice.
have you as a guest.
I'd love to be a ghost.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Now, upkeep. Ship parts wear out. There are fuel and repair costs and minor patch jobs to handle scrapes and dents from flying through space. Each downtime, right after payoff, decide if you pay for ship upkeep. Upkeep for a ship is calculated as follows: system quality plus crew quality altogether divided by 4. So your system quality is 1 comms, 1 weapons, 2 engines, 1 hull, and shields. That's 6. Plus crew quality, which is 0, Altogether divided by 4, rounded down. Upkeep is 1 cred.
Do the shields count as the shields are an auxiliary piece? I don't think they count as part of our quality. Right. The reason that shields thing is there is so we can mark it to
That's
reduce
true.
like harm or
That's
like
true.
we're using our shields when we mark that, right? So
okay.
if missiles came in and we say, no, actually we have shields, we deflect it. Okay, we've used up our shields. That's what that's there for.
That makes sense. Okay.
It's the same as
Yeah.
your armor on your character sheet.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so that means we have 5 divided by 4 rounded down, so still 1 crit.
Yes.
Upkeep.
Now, sometimes you don't have the funds or just don't want to spend the funds to upkeep your ship. In that case, roll dice equal to the number of upkeeps you've skipped. If this is your first, you're at 1 die, and stuff can go wrong. On a 1 to 3, no worries, the wear and tear is minor. On a 4 to 5, a system malfunctions, but it's minor. You can rig a solution in the field. Or on a 6+, a system is badly damaged. You could repair it with a downtime activity next time you're in port.
I think we pay it.
Pay the upkeep.
Okay,
Yep.
I've taken
Okay.
it out of the ship's cred.
Love it.
Okay. Heat. The sector is full of prying eyes and informants. Anything you do might be witnessed, and there's always evidence left behind, John. To reflect this, your crew acquires heat as they commit crimes. This represents the amount of pressure the local system police and law authorities can bring down on your characters. After a job or conflict with an opponent, your crew takes heat according to how the job played out. 0 heat for completely quiet, others are blamed. 1, smooth and quiet, low exposure. 2, contained and standard exposure. 4, loud and chaotic, high exposure. 6, wild and devastating exposure. That would be like stuff gets completely destroyed. I think this is loud and chaotic because you all were arrested and broke out of a jail. And I think because someone was killed, you all get +2 heat for a total of 6.
All right.
Somebody died?
Yes,
Yeah.
you all were framed
Yes,
for
we
murder.
were framed for murder.
Oh, I thought you meant in the escape.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we blew up a door with like dynamite, and there was a
Yes.
riot, and
That's loud.
like.
Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We hit 1 wanted level, and then we go 5, 6. Yes. All right. If a job spans multiple systems, place the heat on the system in which the majority of the illegal activity happened. Blah blah blah. We will figure that out if that ever gets to that point. Now, when your heat reaches level 8 in a system, you gain a wanted level and clear your heat. Any excess heat rolls over. The higher your wanted level, the more serious the response when law enforcement takes action against you. Also, your wanted level contributes to the severity of entanglements that your crew faces after a job, which I believe we're gonna roll now. So, entanglements. Your crew and characters didn't just spring into existence tonight. You have a complex history of favors, commitments, debts, and promises that got you where you are today. To reflect this, after each job, you roll dice to find out which entanglement comes calling. It might be a rival crew looking to throw their weight around and demand some cred, or the system police officer making a case against your crew but ready for a bribe, or even the attention of a strange way creature. After payoff and heat are determined, the GM generates an entanglement for the crew using the list below. Find the column that matches your crew's wanted level, then roll a die to select which sort of entanglement manifests. So we are at wanted level 1 in this system. Can I have someone roll me a d6, please?
I think Andy should roll it. He didn't get to roll as much.
I also want Andy to roll it, but only because I
also-
like bullying Andy.
That's a fucking 6, boys. Oh,
Nice.
that means roll on the wanted level 2 table. Hey, Andy, roll again. Please
so
roll
is
a
that
6.
Case?
What?
Is that bad on this case? We don't roll a 6?
Yeah, every time you roll a 6, you roll the next table instead.
Cool.
Andy, give me one more.
So in other
No.
words, this is the one
Where's-
time you don't want to roll a 6.
Yes.
Roll it again,
where's-
Andy.
No, this is
Where
what
is-
we want the 6s.
Where is the heat tracked?
So
on the
he-
faction sheet.
the faction sheet.
Oh, factions. Okay, that's the one sheet I'm not looking at. 4.
That's a 4. Okay, on the 1 and 2, interrogation. Let me look at this. System officers round up one of the PCs to question them about the crew's crimes. How did they manage to capture you? Either pay them off with 2 cred or they sweat it out of you. Level 2 harm.
Going back to jail,
And
boys.
you tell them what they wanted to know. You can resist each of those consequences separately. Okay. I think
How
that
they get us, Nick?
I think fictionally that's gonna have to come up later. And really downtime kind of encapsulates it can encapsulate a large
Maybe
amount of
I'm
time.
not as good of friends with Shad as I think, right? Maybe I owe him something.
Hey Dax, I've been watching the news that Stacy Weathers lady, and she just reported that there was a breakout of the penitence building.
Oh man, that was us.
Yeah, she said as much. Your face is all over the TV.
I know, man. It's bad. They're gonna find out about my powers, man. Oh,
Yeah,
they're gonna
you're
experiment on us some more.
right. Your powers. So, when I offered my my hideout, I didn't realize you'd have the military chasing after you. This has put me in a bit of a bind, my friend.
I think you're okay, man. We like shot at them and like ran past them. I don't think they could follow us.
Perhaps, but maybe they have powers too, and they're tracking you metadimensionally.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So look,
Whoa.
I'm gonna need you to either tell me what the fuck is going on, or compensate me for my additional stressors in my life. I've been doing lots of therapy, lots of deep breathing, lots of anger management. As you notice, I did not fire my weapon at your shuttle or across your bow when you arrived. I was gentle and calm. That is the work. That is the result of hours and hours of work. And learning
I
this
appreciate
is
that,
just
man.
putting a lot on my heavy heart.
Hey, and you've been growing as a person, man. I can see it. Like that's awesome. I'm so proud of your like growth.
I genuinely
me.
appreciate that, and am not crying right now.
Look, man. You know me. I'm always broke, man. All my money goes into sealing these powers away, and the drugs. Lots of drugs. But,
Yes.
Like, I can tell you what's going on. We were hired, man, to like hit the mind bow people. They got some good bow. They're like it's growing something. I think it's the moss in space. Yeah. And like we're supposed to get it, and we showed up. Job's going smooth. I'm high as a kite. I black out, and when I wake up, we're in prison. And they're like telling us we killed a dude, and like the balloon animals are on the person, and they took my drugs away. Somebody's coat they lost in a card game showed up. Man, I think when I passed out, I must have exploded another person, man. I think we killed a mind bower.
Mind Bower with your mind powers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody gets it. High five mentally.
That sounds like a lot. Now, I'm not saying it's the drugs, but are you certain you didn't kill someone?
I'm telling you, I think I did. I blacked out on the drugs, and then I woke up, and they took away my drugs, and there was a dead guy, and he had balloon animals on him. I mean, who else could have done it? It was probably me, man.
Okay, so as you're recounting this and starting to face down some of the maybe truth, since you're not paying him off, I'm gonna need you to take a level 2 harm of like anxious or stressed or something.
Yeah, absolutely. stressed.
Or he can say, are you certain some of your friends, they don't have some money they could compensate me for my emotional damages?
Can I offer
man.
to create? Oh, sorry.
I don't wanna have them pay you, man. Look, I will pay you back in the future. Like, just give me some time. Tell me what you need, man. You know I'm good for it, Shad. I will get you what you need. Right? Just tell me what it is. I'll make it happen.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for talking. Just a suggestion. Based on all the subtext and the overt context that you shared with me, you all didn't find any like Moss and space technology, right?
No, we tried, man.
Yeah.
We didn't get it.
And me and Bao was willing to pay you as a criminal that stole their shit for their VI chip back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of money.
I bet they're developing something much more. You know, that Vorix guy, he's like hooting and hollering and you know, throwing accusations wild, you know.
Hey, bro.
He may be onto something.
Don't let that guy V pill you, man. He's a little crazy, all right? Like,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Like,
Sunny
I would-
will walk behind Shad as Dax is saying this and whisper, "Everything he says is true," and then walk away.
Got you too. We got
Nope.
channers everywhere.
Channers.
Oh, look at that. I
Oh,
forgot. I've got my parents are coming into town in a few days, so you're not gonna be able to stay all that long. You know, a few more days, fine, but I'm gonna need you to clear
Get out of
out
your
after
hair.
a couple
Just-
days.
Yo, just hit me up. Tell me what you need, man. Get it for you.
I need you to leave in like 2 days or less.
Yo, it's an easy favor. I got you, man. We can do that. Just let me get really high first.
Okay. All right. Excellent. We'll move on from that entanglement. Moving on, we go into downtime activities. So, between jobs, your crew spends time at their liberty attending to personal needs and side projects. These are called downtime activities. This is on page 184, and they outline like in detail what the rest of these do there.
84.
184. During a downtime phase, each PC has time for 2 downtime activities. When you're at war with a faction, each PC has time for only 1. However, oh yeah, you all considered taking Old Hands, which would have let you still have 2 downtime activities
I think
during.
that's gonna be our next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our next purchase.
Okay. You may choose to do the same activity more than once, and the crew may do these in any order. You can only attempt actions that you're in a position to accomplish. If an activity hinges on another action, resolve that action first. So for example, if you all are spending your entire downtime hiding out here, you couldn't like go out and gamble unless like you described like, hey, I'm gonna take the shuttle and go into town and go gamble. Or like, hey, I'm gonna go fly to another world to talk to no, you can't do that without like getting to your ship, which yeah, we'll get to that. A PC may make time for more than 2 activities at a cost. Each additional activity costs 1 cred. This reflects the time and resource drain while you are off the clock and not earning from a job. When you complete a new job, you reset and get 2 free activities again. Activities on the downtime list are limited. Normal actions are not. During downtime, you can still go places, do things, make action rolls, gather information, talk with other characters, etc. In other words, only activities that are on the list are limited. For any downtime activity, you may spend cred after your roll to improve the result level. So if you rolled a 1 to 3, it becomes a 4 to 5, a 4 to 5 becomes a 6, and a 6 becomes a crit. If the action requires a roll and you can involve a contact on your sheet or the ship sheet, take +1 die. So yeah, there are acquire assets, which is gaining temporary use of an item or a service, or use of a person or a location. You can craft stuff. You can indulge your vice and reduce your stress. You can lay low and reduce the crew's heat. You can work on a long-term project, which is just kind of a catch-all. You can recover to reduce your harm. You can repair the ship, or you can train and gain XP. Speaking of XP, before we go to these downtime actions, let's go over XP for the mission. I'm going to go over the SS Retribution really quickly. First, on the bottom right corner of the SS Retribution's character sheet, we gain XP for the crew when, and this XP goes specifically to the ship, not to you all, so you all do not take XP for this. When you successfully execute a job that poses hegemonic or corporate, I'll put corporate dominance.
Hegemonic.
We did that, yes.
Hegemonic?
Hegemonic.
Anyway, corporate dominance.
We embarrassed the shit out of the corporate prison system.
That's true.
We literally walked out of jail, bro.
Take 1 XP. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Yes. The military and this fortunately overworked and stretched thin prison. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Yes.
Yeah.
I think we had a daring shootout over the tops of the city streets, is being reported on the news.
Yeah, that was pretty daring. And I'm not gonna give XP for this one, but people think you're murderers. Which is daring, I guess. And then finally, did we express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? I think so. I think that there was some.
From prison?
It wasn't. What was that, Brian?
By escaping from prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck incarceration. And also, I think there was some like inner disagreement about Mouse. It was very, very short and subtle, but I think there was some like difference of opinion on how to handle that situation. It's also interesting that you all never offered to anyone else like a jailbreak opportunity. Okay, so that was like 6 XP for the crew.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Where do we track this? In chip?
It's in the crew, yeah.
Yeah.
They've been clicking it for us.
Bottom right corner, there's like some chevrons.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's start with you, John. Norm. So looking in the bottom left.
Yep.
So yours are, you addressed a tough challenge with insight or compassion.
I tried to nurse people back to health, but it kind of got hand waved. So I don't know if you want to give me experience for that or not.
Yeah, no. You did it. So yeah, you get 1 XP for that. Now you can mark that when you get XP in this way, you can either mark your playbook advancement, which unlocks other abilities, or you can put it in insight, prowess, or resolve, which when those fill up, you get another action rating.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? What is your character's beliefs?
What is Norm's beliefs?
Yeah. Did you write any beliefs for him?
Well, he's like an anti-corporate, guilt-ridden clown man.
Yeah.
Who is committing crimes for, down with the monarchy of capitalism, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if, that occurred. Because,
I don't think we got like a explicit expression of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Your vice is luxury. No.
Yeah, I have not. I mean, there was that little bit of not having the right kind of drugs, but.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and mark XP for that.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll take it.
All right. This was a pretty short mission, so XP opportunities were quite light, especially since we're still kind of like figuring out our characters.
True.
Okay, let's go with lettuce next, Andy.
I got 2, I think. One for address a tough challenge with technical skill, and one for express beliefs drives heritage. I don't know if you'd count this, but the first failed job of stealing the trade secret to help make space growth more accessible to people would be definitely in that realm. I don't know if escape from jail qualifies as like being in my beliefs, heritage, or background. It's certainly a drive to like stay free.
Maybe. Let me really quickly. Let me get this out of the way. So address a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity. I think you get 2 for this. You did this multiple times.
Okay.
And again, you don't have to put it in playbook. You could put it in insight, prowess, or resolve to get more action rating points.
Okay, so maybe I'll put 1 in XP. Can I unclick?
You would just click the first chevron. Yep.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Okay. Gambling, pleasure, food, labor. Okay, so yeah, you expressed your background quite a bit as well, talking about how like shoddily maintained the building was.
Yeah.
So yeah, take XP for expressing your background. And what are your character's beliefs?
I didn't come up with those yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Which I think might also be true in story because he's just feeling some real intense apathy.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and did you struggle with issues from your vice?
His beliefs are that the 23 gauge particle resonant goose array is out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I did not struggle with my vice or traumas during this session.
No worries. All right, we will move on. Dax.
Yeah, man.
Did you address a tough challenge with force or threats? Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
You took down some drones with those fucking sick biceps, man.
I also threatened a guard within an inch of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So take 2 XP for that one.
Will do.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Heritage, yeah, that came up quite a bit. And your drives to get drugs. What is your character's beliefs?
My beliefs are my psychic powers are real and dangerous,
there.
so I will protect friends and family from them. And my second belief is Aphrodite pharmaceuticals ruined my life, so I'll punish those associated with them.
Okay, so not really.
Yeah.
But I still think with your expression of drives and heritage, I think that's 2 more XP.
Okay.
And then did you struggle with issues from your vice or your vice? No, your vice didn't explicitly get you into trouble. That's kind of what that stands for.
Gotcha.
That would be like if someone came and like came looking for payment for drugs that you took or were behind on payments for or something like that.
Sure.
Okay, I think that's good. And then Sunny. Did you address a tough challenge with charm or audacity?
Oh, I think so. I would go with a little bit of audacity as I literally blinded drones with moss from the kitchen. Address a challenge with charm. I literally tried to talk the interrogator in circles by not giving up a single information, and I did not answer a single one of his questions, regardless of what he asked me.
That's true. That wasn't really a challenge from my point of view. Like
Okay.
he wasn't an obstacle to overcome. But I would definitely say that was like an expression of yourself. So like, let's take 2 XP so far.
Right.
Let me look
I also did, while being beat up by a guard, steal his key card.
That's true. That was pretty audacious. So take a 3rd XP for that. Oh, I'm sorry. Each one of these you can only get up to 2 XP, so just 2.
Just 2. That's fine.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, background.
All right. My beliefs are anyone who wants to help me has an ulterior motive in mind. And I would love to have a scene with Rin at some point, who is the one who got us those items,
Uh-huh.
to maybe retroactively get XP, because she had an ulterior motive in mind, and I know what it was. But that can happen a little bit later.
Okay.
2, I can turn any situation around given enough time mixed with some good bullshit. And 3, people
Love
trust a friendly face and a quick smile way more than they should. So I'll try to retroactively go for belief number 1. I was not able to turn the situation with the interrogator around, but I don't know if I was going to be able to.
No.
And I did not convince anybody to do anything this round.
Okay.
So maybe just the 2 on that.
Yeah,
Expressed your drives. I mean, I did steal a whole bunch of shit
that's true.
from the guards. So
That's
maybe
true.
1 for expressing my drives.
Yeah, take a third
Scoundrel.
XP.
All right, so I'll take a 3rd. And when we get into like free play, maybe I can retroactively get 1 as I have a conversation with Rin.
Okay. So yeah, again, you can put those in your playbook, or any of Insight, Prowess, and Resolve.
Got it. I'm probably going to mix it between prowess and playbook.
Perfect. Okay, so we're coming up on 10 o'clock here, which is our out time. So maybe we'll pick up with downtime activities at the start of next week. And then we'll move into free play, which is just as it sounds, like y'all can do anything you want, gather information, talk to people, have scenes, and look for your next job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oot.
Excellent. So, yeah, that's where we'll leave it for tonight. Any shout outs y'all want to make before we go?
Yeah, I'm John Dungeon Master. I do Dungeons and Dragons, as well as now Lancer, the hit mecha role-playing game, which is tainted by our childhoods that I wish to kill and ruin, known as Digimon Digital Monsters. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Digimon Digital Monsters. Digital God of Champions.
Greg, where can we find you?
Here on Wednesdays. It's pretty sick. Should
Nice.
come back and watch some more of ApolloNik stuff.
Thank you. And Brian, how are your random Dragon Warrior randomizer races going?
Races are going fun. They're a lot of fun. We're doing a whole bunch of chaotic, non-standard races this week with everybody who pretty much lost and didn't get into the end of the summer tournament, because we have 1 semifinal match to go, and then we're into the finals. So
Right.
I had a decent race on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, got my butt kicked today, but they're all a lot of fun.
Excellent.
I had to watch you at work. It was hard because I have to pay really close attention when you're not talking about it. I kept looking back, and then Nick was talking about like, "Oh no, wrong spell," and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
much
miscast
pressure.
a spell and lost a bunch of time, but I still won that race.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
I never got to mention in chat because I was literally like late getting to work
Yeah.
almost because the race ran really long, but I did end up winning by like 2 minutes. So
Congrats.
Sweet.
Congrats. Well done. All right. Well, we will see you all here next week for more Birds of the Shore. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next time.
bye.
We're back.
October, are-
Andy
no, no,
needs
no,
to
no,
talk
no,
about
no, no, no,
Inktober.
no, 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 no.
Hey,
No, 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 no,
hey,
no, no.
welcome back, everybody.
I don't want your pity exposure now.
Welcome to After Talk, where me and
End
Greg
the
argue
stream.
about fate. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, we're done. Bye.